Are you loading? Yes, you are. Okay. Means the other one should be loading too. Oh boy. I'm once again very much late. Quite the frequent occurrence nowadays. I'm somewhat ashamed of myself at this point. Well, since you have loaded, yes you have, I can now say welcome, my little peoples. It's time once again. Which means it is Friday. Which means it is pillar time. Which means we're going to play some pillars. And hopefully finish up that bloody fucking stinking grotto that is the fucking gullet and move somewhere nice. Honestly, if I were in the shoes of my poor little characters, I would probably at this point be somewhat, just somewhat annoyed with you. Now, while this is going on, I shall now post nonsense most proudly brutally and see what actually happens. Like this. And I never pushed the right button. Like this. That should potentially be precisely what I was doing. Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams and something like that. Now you go away. You will finish loading. And then we're going to change things around. Thought I wanted to remove that. Okay.
Wow, isn't this fancy?
It is very fancy. Well, I already started the game, as usual. I played around with the equipment for like a minute or so. Because I kind of realized I didn't do it last time. Not much has changed. I think I exchanged some rings and stuff, so nothing groundbreaking. Now then, as for last time, you might remember us arriving in this nice little area, the so-called gullet. Basically the poor people's person. Yeah, the poor people's person. The poor people's home. As in the lower caste, I suppose, would be the right way of saying it. A bit like how the Indians still split themselves into fucking castes. A system so old and much in need of abolishing as ever. Because it sucks. Yes, quite literally. To put it into perspective, these people are supposed to be eating from here. This is basically a chute where people throw away the food up, very much up high, which then, you know, turtles down here and gets here, and it is quite literally called a refuse pile. That's where people get their food. That ain't a healthy way to keep your population fat and steady, especially considering that the city of Nicaragua in general has been growing. So ever more poor people eat ever more garbage, get sick, and lots of horrible nonsense going on. We started dealing with this nonsense one thing at a time, helped a bit here, some horrible things there. Generally trying to be, you know, not overly much of a nuisance, mostly because there really is no reason to be. There's not much money to be made of poor people. Then again, well, of course, also aware that there are illegal criminals here. I found a clue where we can find the next one, and oh yeah, also there was a bit of an adventure time, you know, down below in the ruins of the old city where we murdered stuff. Now I'm supposed to be meeting with some big short gangster guy in the Narrows. Well, okay.
No problem.
We're just down here, which we shall do. Explore the Narrows. And we are supposed to be going right, and left. Yes, of course. I found myself a very nice little group. The first reaction to seeing me is like, let me spit in the ground in front of you. Inviting. Handful of guards. I already met those two. Emerge and block your way, crossing their thick arms over their chests. One of them spits a vicious black glob at your feeties, and he rolls a dark clock between his teeth. Better back French. That's invitation only past here. Yes, the radar has sent a messenger for me. Guards not let you pass, chomping loudly on mouthfuls of sweat. That's a sound effect. Ugh. sound somewhat unhealthy. The end of the passage is a stately door crafted of polished mahogany. Hey, imagine this, you're going through the Narrows, in the poorest part of town. The last thing you imagine is labyrinth corridors following unpredictable ways is probably a massive mahogany door. Through a small slit in the door, you catch flashes of fire-cast shadows and bright textiles. The scent of sandalwood and cinnamon oil come to you on a warm draft. Whatever's beyond the door is likely far more elegant than anything else you've seen near the village. Enter the hideout. Let's meet that kingpin person. See what he has to offer. I mean, in the end, my guys, well, my character is a mercenary at heart. If he has a good offer, I'm willing to take. I ain't expecting much though. The kingpins of this world are rather unwilling usually to share their monetary values with me. At least for free. Once again, making some nice XP off of opening random chests that I can't even steal from. A thin, long-limbed man holds a handkerchief in one hand and a threaded needle in the other. As you approach, he sets his handiwork aside, and you see an elaborate goldwork pattern embroidered around the edge. The same pattern that adorns his brilliant tunic. You also notice a strange bulk beneath the thin fabric of his trouser legs. It runs from his hip to ankle.
What a delight it is to meet you at last.
Oh boy, I'm gonna like you already, aren't I?
You must forgive the cryptic introduction, but I prefer to remain among the comforts of home.
He leans forward with a squeak of leather and a rattle of metal. You see something protruding above his boots. The bottom of a leg brace.
Ahoy there, Dario. Been a tick or two, I ain't seen hide nor hair of your scurvy arse since I were on the Sorcerer.
Really bow. Seraphan smiles. The expression doesn't quite reach his eyes.
I have been busy, as have you and your new friend, no?
The way he blatantly displays his wealth in an area that is so fucking poor that people are quite literally starving is surprisingly tactless, actually. Well, and again, you know.
And among my gods, for you have made a rather grisly mark in Delva's Row, no? But had I only known there was a watcher in my midst, I would have extended the invitation sooner.
If I'd known you had such fancy place available, I would have introduced myself. Well, so then why did you invite me here? Well, no, let's start off with the right foot. No reason to, you know, kick manners in the shin just yet. Thank you for the courtesy all the same.
A pleasure. I am thinking we could be grand friends, you and I. You cannot have too many friends in Nekataka.
Good point.
That depends on the type of friend we're talking about.
No, Elif, I was trying to not say that precise point. I was trying to be polite. Ever heard of it? Politeness. Right, let me guess. We're in a very nice looking environment. I'm sure on one of these shelves he has a dictionary. Let me pull one out and just guide you through the pages a bit. Yes, yes?
And I need only a favor. An insignificant thing for a watcher like you. There is an artifact called the Cornet of Waves, which is currently in the possession of a Juana named Takano. I would like you to liberate it for me.
Why do you need a watcher?
Watchers see what many cannot.
Well, yes, I can see souls and stuff. Which is a nice ability. Well, apart from the fact where the part of this ability almost killed us in the first one, but...
Takano is a man of many vanities, as your special gifts will no doubt reveal. His villa is on the eastern edge of Serpent's Crown, just downwind of the palace. The opportunist I first hired was too bold and found herself ejected from the district. With your genteel manners and unique talents, I am hoping you can avoid such complications and persuade Takano.
Well, I think we actually found this already, not in the upper quarters, but rather in the lower quarters, didn't
After
we?
all, it would be best to avoid drawing the ire of our Mataru hosts.
Kinda, yeah. I would like very much to not get kicked out of Sasre. Nice big center of trade and stuff.
When you have the cornet, bring it to me. I will pay you well for it, and you will find my favor useful in this part of the city.
But since we already know what it's about, let's actually ask if he is willing to share his knowledge of the Cornet of Waves.
It is an old Juana artifact, a musical instrument of sorts. Ages ago, it was part of a pair, but its companion, the Cornet of Depths, was lost when the old city sank. Both are said to carry the voice of Andra herself.
Well, that explains the rather pleasant at first sounding melody, which we now decide to find really, really unpleasant.
I do not believe in such superstition.
No, it does make music. Yet you see the tension in the way he pinches the fabric of his sleeve. He wants this artifact badly. What do you want of it?
I have told you all you need to know of the cornet. Now, I suggest you focus your sharp mind on retrieving it.
No, let me focus my sharp mind once more on something more interesting. We want to know about the Cornet, or the hidden temple of Andra that it opened. Chris rattles as he stares forward, mouth agape.
Galarde, you watchers truly are workers of miracles.
This concludes our business then. He clears his throat and produces a blunderbuss. The brief pause, he whirls around and holds it out to you.
Never let it be said that Dario does not pay a fair price.
You have gained an item, a kitchen stove. What? That naming sense. It's like, yes, I brought you a Cornet of Depths, an artifact of unknown properties, potential power, and access to a whole temple of Andra. And he's like, I'm gonna give you a kitchen stove. Well, to be fair, I know it's a blunderbuss, but still. Indeed, I would hate for anyone to say that. He gives you a respectful, strained smile and nods to one of his attendants, who produces a bag of coin.
Now, allow us to put the question of money to rest. It is an unseemly topic to linger on.
Yes, and actually fascinating, you know. Everybody in the Gauntlet is probably invests a lot of time and energy into thinking about how to acquire money. And Guerrero, the lean, sits there like, let's not talk about money. I have so much of it that I don't even know what to do with it. I mean, it is good to have him, not necessarily in debt. He wouldn't allow it, of course, but have made his acquaintance. While it is never pleasant to deal with the shadier things, it can be at times quite advantageous to, not outright blame them. And I mean, my little character here is a bit of a mercenary soul at heart, so I'm pretty sure from her mind's view it's acceptable to have made this acquaintance and potentially have a source of future work, even though the involved business is not entirely on the legal side of things.
What do you require?
The principes seem divided. Which side are you on?
Why must we speak of sides? Like squabbling merchants from the republics?
Well, apparently because the Principe is splitting itself rather neatly down the line. Such a schism, if you will, could potentially mean interesting opportunities.
Once, there were no sides. Only Principi, a people united by common interest and culture. But as our fame has grown, so have our numbers.
Pretty obvious anything about it.
Many of these new bloods have no sense of restraint and little regard for our heritage.
He ain't blowing ballast, Cap. Don't mean there's a course to be charted back to the golden days, though.
But we need them still.
Let's not be hasty to make a judgment here. Let's listen.
The new bloods are Principi too now. And many are inventive in ways the old guard is not.
I need to speak with Beth Marina.
You can find her in the Undercroft, though I should warn you, not to expect as much civility.
Well, yeah, she made that point rather obvious by pointing out that if we make a wrong move, we're gonna be dead. Which, to be fair, is a bit of a challenge. I'm more than willing to let pass. But she is potentially one of the solutions for the food crisis down here. I'd rather not close any doors prematurely, basically, is the idea here. When you're in a new city and you're no one in a new world, basically, ain't a good idea to make enemies left, right, and center. Far more wise, in the long run, to play it a bit cool, I guess. Also, I just realized it, but he has a fucking water gun sitting there. Why even?
Morena is like the rest of Aldi's new bloods. Coin-hungry and temperamental, with little patience for courtesy.
Courtesy has its place, to be fair. That place... It depends very, very much on how much value you want to put on it. There was that one saying about how the, what was it, the poor can't afford manners. It's basically the same. Yeah, now, sweating in your labors day in and day out. Rarely will you have the time to waste on pleasantries. And courtesy is nothing else than a pleasantry at the end of the day. So yeah, you know, the environment makes the person to some degree when it comes to courtesy and the like. So, about the going of the waves.
A most agreeable topic. Or so I hope. What do you require?
So, do I want to ask about the legs? That sounds somewhat impolite. Yeah, well, for now.
I almost forgot. Blanca. Take it and indulge my vanity.
Well, we got a principal of legs. I will never fly that. I honestly do not see any group yet that has gained my favors to such a degree that I would fly their flag from my ship and sail under it. Neither the Principe, nor Barrett, of course, because, well, let me put it in simple terms. The Principe are trying to make use of me for my unique gifts, of course. Willing to pay, somewhat. But that schism of theirs is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with anyway, and I'm not really going to indulge them with compliance just yet. As for Barrett's flag, I'm basically getting blackmailed by the god that governs the wheel in doing the bidding, which makes them unpleasant. The way I couldn't even enter into Nekataka and sneak into the city as I had originally planned kind of shows how heavy-handed the approach of the gods can be. I ain't too happy about that at fucking all. I'm still looking for a nice little opportunity to actually slip out of that particular deal, you know, without getting deaded in the process. And potentially removed from the wheel, which would also be a problem, you know?
It is not as grand as the sails I once made, but my fingers are ever restless.
Well then, we finished up that quest without even trying, because we already had all of the materials. So what is left for us? We could, of course, go for a bit of a sailing adventure. Honestly, much as I hate to say it, but considering the area that we're in, I'm somewhat getting tired of seeing the city. So maybe a bit of an adventure on the high seas might actually be a not all that unwell feeling. Into hunting with Biakara, you are a captain at the helm of the voyage, a scale of Engelaware. Only to claim in exchange for evidence of the captain's death. The northern coast of Ashongo. Might actually not be a bad idea going on a bit of a sea adventure. Also, we could potentially try to get our hands on the luminous ardor that is shipped from Nekataka by the nice and also willingly going to give us a Valiant trade organization. They too are of course a group I would rather not piss off immediately, but you know, if no one survives to speak, then of course it's like it never happened. Now what we should be saving for is of course the next ship. We want to get something a bit bigger than a little sloop we basically have. Do we have a sloop? I think we have actually. We're heavily short on funds, sadly enough. For 12,000, the idea of buying The ship is of course far out there. The junk is the, I think it's a Huana ship. It's big, it's for trading purposes mostly, and it has the speed, but it's, where was it? Its tall hull and rigging, however, present a larger target for enemy gunners, and the soft wood hull offers a little protection from cannon fire. Considering the business we are running here, which is a freelancer, basically, yes, I do not consider ourselves pirates, is, it makes it interesting, but we're not strictly speaking a merchant, so this ship seems somewhat unimpressive. The galleon, however. Galleon is a Valiant Republic ship. It means, well, I hate to say it, but it's at least made by people that know very well that ships are tools of warfare too. It is quite literally a galleon in all of the good and right senses. It has a nice health sink, it has nice sail health, it has everything it needs, it turns relatively fast. And I think it also has a rather nice amount of gun ports. So the idea here is first we are going to save up for the galleon, which is a whooping 90,000. Mind you, that's going to take a while. We do get a nice discount on items. As you might remember, we had that draft and we get a discount here, which is all nice and dandy, but still, minus 10% is not much. Just means that this origin cost 100,000 and now it costs 90,000. To be fair, on such a large spending, that is a reasonable amount, but still it's not much. And next, of course, we would like to get our hands on the good things, like, you know, Dragon Wing sails. The good and very, very pricey stuff. Of course, cannons too. If memory serves, cannons come in two variants, basically. The close quarter cannons. I know that sounds strange, but the ones who have limited range usually have a lot more power, but it also means you have to get closer to the enemy. If I do that on a galleon, that's reasonable. The galleon has enough hull power to get through some shots. Not so much the little ship we're on now. Right now we're going for a bit of a mixed bag, basically. But yeah, since we haven't really done any sailing in a while, we're going to sail now for a bit. And, well, as you can see, we still have Perikey's Overlook, the Sacred Stair, and the Brass Citadel. So we sail a bit, then we're docking again. We go to the Brass Citadel, which is the more naval port of the matter. If this is the usual docking for civil purposes, this is most definitely the military sector. They have the naval ships, they have probably also the garrison forces and stuff like that. So that is also the one area where I would be more than willing to be even more careful than usually. But for the moment, we might actually be able to find a bounty too outside on the seas. Also the question is, what sort of ship will the Valiant Trading Company use to transport the Adra, basically? Which means we'll make a quick save and just sail in front of it a bit and see what comes out of the city. If it's if it is actually a galleon, I'll try to fight it precisely once, because I imagine our chances of getting close enough to board that are, oh boy, somewhat poor. Also, what was the one we are hunting? Biakara. The Scale of Tangaloa. Now the good thing is I can actually see ships. Biakara, there he is. There's a Deadfire Merchant, Rockstomper, Rangi und Ohairo. Okay, well, I guess we can check out Biakara. It's an unaffiliated trade ship. The Scale of Tangaloa, a Voyager. Bit of a risky move. But combat it is. Irina points to a dark spot on the distant horizon. Captain, a vessel approaches. Squint to the horizon and see unfamiliar colors, snapping in the breeze. As you can see right now, I'm sailing under the flag of, well, Ketnua. Which is understandable, because that is my fucking castle, even if it is destroyed. I don't remember actually how much range my cannons have, but we are going to enter the combat. Easy prey. The Defiant beats to windward. Taking between port and starboard with all appropriate speed. Your ship is faster, your crew better prepared. You secure the wind gauge before the scale of Tongola's crew has the opportunity to come about and claim it for themselves. Let's go for full speed ahead. We're gonna rum dump rigor, clamber up the mainmast and pull the remaining sails. Let's billow out and catch the wind and pull. Fine leaps forward. What does my enemy do? They turn in precisely my direction. Okay, then that actually has turn. Turn to starboard. Then crew scurry to the station's preparation for maneuvers. They prepare for that. Can I fire the port cannons? And 200, 500, we have a 50%. And we have a 60%. And cannonballs. We want to do damage, do we not? Okay, they only have one cannon each, an Iron Sandra. They are wholly a bit lacking. Raboom. Raboom. Raking hit, 11 damage to hull. How much hull do you actually have? 29. And they're shooting one cannon. Oh, they're shooting two cannons. 4 damage, that is acceptable. Prepare to jeep. New. Prepare to fire the starboard cannons. We have 150 to 400. We should still be able to get a nice hit. Why is the chance so bad? Ah, because of the jeep. Okay, let's hold position for a turn then. And if I fire now, 17-80%. Nice. We're getting there. Raboom. They are almost dead. They're shooting back. 2 hits. We're getting some damage there. Prepare to GB. New. Hold position for turn. Fire port cannons, 17-80%. Should be some good hits going on there. And the ship is dealt with. 11 damage. Cannons fire tears through the enemy ship, splintering the hull and shredding the sails. Before I have a chance to celebrate, the enemy ship abruptly explodes with a deafening boom. Cannon fire must have found their gunpowder stores. Oops. Fire engulfs the enemy ship. Smoke, black and acrid, spills into the sky. Water floods the ship's hold, and the flaming vessel soon slips beneath the waves, right from the surface of the sea, summarily as if it had never sailed at all. Okay, we get some stuff out of this. Mostly healing stuff. Mostly food stuff. And the lens of Midwood Stack. A pike, a two-handed weapon. Okay, let's share the coins with the crew. Because that's gonna make them happy. Well, we did this, we got a bit of moral out of it, and preparations should be underway. Royal Deadfire Company. The problem is I don't know if they are a good target. Continue. Into combat. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Turn to port. Yeah, we don't really care too much. If I were to fire now, we have a 50-60%. More than enough. I do have a nice amount of health. 40. That ain't going to help them. Let's GB it. And we're going to hold the position in order to prepare ourselves for the fire that is going to come. They miss us, those idiots. 70-80%. Nice. 14 and 40. Jesus Christ, that's an immediate death. Okay, what have we found? Triumph of Chorno. I haven't found yet any other. Share the points of the crew. And I guess we're going to wait here. Problem is, we are basically waiting for the trade ship to come out. Because, where was it? With terms, bounty, and that one. Family pride. London, food for thought, separate source of food. No, that wasn't not. Goods and services. Yes, obtaining 3 crates of crude. According to the Valiant Trading Company has a stockpile of crude luminous are at their mill in Queensberth. So there's the 3 crates I need from the mill. Now ambush the company's boats at sea. Ship the other out of Nikitaka. Now the problem is, they have not yet been nice enough to actually ship things out of Nikitaka. Now my ship does get repaired, so... The Silver Winds, another voyager. It's affiliated with the Juana. I guess I could clean them up. Problem is, I have yet to find anything that even... looks remotely reasonable. That fire merchant, that fire merchant, that fire merchant. Slavers, VTC, Principe, RDC. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really know if I take some money out of here. And honestly, to be fair, it's still another Voyager. That's pretty much the only ship we can reasonably deal with. Enter combat. Full speed ahead! We're going to turn in our direction. Let's turn to port once again. Prepare to fire. Damage to below deck crew. Yeah, we murdered some of the crew. So they need to reposition actually. That's GB a bit. Hold the position. They're shooting at us. Not a problem. No, it shouldn't be. Fire the port cannons. They have a nice chance of hitting. And... yeah, that's the sort of damage I'm expecting. That's GB again. Let's hold the position. Feuer! 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 Raboom! 2 misses. That's actually rather rare, honestly. Okay, we turn around. They miss us too. We hold our position. Order for preparations to be made. We fire again. And... well, we murdered their crew. Look at this. They're down to 1 man, basically. GB! Hold position. Fire. Boom. 9 and 8. Not bad. GB again. Hold the position. And we're going to fire the boat cannons. 12 hits. Rebooch. No, my crew is at 100% moral, which means I don't really need to share my loot this time. Take all and continue. I think we still have the problem that we are still not really seeing my enemy. I mean, we can potentially just sail around a bit more and find something else. We could potentially go back and see if we can't get anything done. Actually, while we're at it, we do have the there's a nice ability that we can now look around and see if our level ups has actually opened up any areas for us, and it seems like it has. A lot of these locations were once considered very, very dangerous. Though. Do I wanna deal with a Daudo? Bit of a good question, I'd say. Bit of a dangerous question, mind you. Prince Beer color. Yeah, sure. Obsidian colors. Yeah, I still think I'm going to stay with what I have. Okay, I think 4 stars is the highest you can get, right? A helmsman and cook. My helmsman is just at level 3 at the moment, though. Here I cook and deckhand. Oh yeah, I can't change them around. I can only change you around, can I? Helmsman and navigator. Those 2 jobs are not yet free. The cook, however, is probably free. And you are a cook and deckhand. Which means that as long as I don't fight, this should be more than enough. Okay, let's take a look at the map and see what is down below. This area is still far off. There's nothing here. The Temple of the Tangaloa Ruins, Soti's Ruin Party. Oops. Yes, very, very sensibly named by myself, truly. That's still out of my... There's still one here that is not too pleasant. That's the main island we started on. The Steel Preacher also seems rather unpleasant, as does this. Or Deadlight, where my little pirate bodies were. At least they're trying to. Yes, the Rupture. I remember you. Well, I guess Tangaloa Small would be next good goal. Yeah, that looks somewhat dangerous. That's many red little skulls looking at me. Somewhat profoundly annoying. I found a forgotten catacomb. Well, after, running around so much, this is probably actually a nice way of doing something different for once. Defeated, vegetal smell of decay alerts you to the swamp before you stumble upon it. It extends far into the distance, overgrown with ancient trees and vines. Solid patches of ground are few and far between. Crossing the morass will likely demand many miles of arduous travel. Watch your head into the swamp. Success! With patience and some careful maneuvering, you manage to keep yourself and the others out of the stinking morass and on dry ground. You come upon a particularly boggy stretch, surrounded by dense trees, with not a single patch of dry ground in sight. With no way forward but through, you forge your head into the bog. You are startled by a chorus of moaning voices. You spin around, searching for their source. The moans seem to come from every direction at once. Through the trees you spot a narrow deer trail. You may be able to get free of the bog that way. There's no telling where it leads. Head for the path. With some quick thinking and good guide sense, a arrow leads you safely to the path. You pause to catch your breath before forging on, but don't have long to rest. The moaning grows louder and closer. Surround it. What is it? The undead? Demons? Gods in disguise? I don't even give a shit. I'm going to bash some heads in. Right then. Right there. It's the undead. Nice. Teamarbeit. Teamwork makes the dream work.
You like that? No, after him.
So far, so good. Get there. Yeah, you can probably hold that position for a while.
Things no good to me.
Then use your holy powers of absolute fuckery.
That's it.
Take this.
Hey, he's using two. One in his old move. Are you really using a fireball on that?
This ends here. Let's go.
Beyond seek.
Let's do this.
Hmm.
Sure thing.
That worked rather nicely in our favor. But there is still just, you know, he truly is a tank.
Hey, watch it with that.
This ends here. There's something else.
Which also to some degree means that, you know, everybody else is in a somewhat
Now you be right screwed.
annoying situation. Okay, we have things somewhat under control, as long as we are not getting, you know, dicey about it.
Yeah, I got it.
Should work. So you use your healing. Nice. So it was, in the end, the undead. Quite a nice number of undead, actually. I'll give him that much. Didn't, in the end, change much, but it did make it a bit more challenging than, I guess you could say it strictly needed to be. Some random baubles to sell.
Sure.
Well, just little things there. Some small swordies here, some other things there. Nothing to really write home about. Hey, in the end it all turns to money. Was a bit of a nasty surprise though, I will tell that much. The skeleton warriors, however, have been surprisingly easily beaten by magic. I have to remember that. Also, I do kinda guess that it would not be possible to actually avoid this confrontation. Probably if you don't manage to take care of the test, you would end up fighting them in the water, which would be even worse. Search the location. Keep searching, keep searching, keep searching. Also because that gives time for my ship to repair itself. And I do pay my people wages, so that's a bit annoying, because it means I'm wasting money by this. A narrow valley lies below you. You spot an overgrown stone structure built into the valley's side in the distance. Before the stone structure spreads a broad field, peppered with ancient plinths and mounds of cracked stonework. As you move closer, you discover that the stone structure is actually the entrance to a crypt, though the doorway thick with mud and as damp as sweat-slick skin continue down into the dark. Don't know why we need an introduction to chapter there, but sure. Game's like, yes, let me tell you. Chapter 1, you arrive at crypt. Chapter 2, you decide to enter crypt. Chapter 3, now have some gameplay. It already looks unpleasant. But a vampire, of course. That's the problem. You know why vampires are a problem? Because they're little bitch boys. No, the cat lets a lay on hand on the undead though.
Won't work.
Now then, murder it, most profoundly. Yeah, the vampire is almost dead. The vampire is dead. Vampires are problematic, and that's putting it mildly. They have the ability to charm your characters, which is as pleasant as you imagine it. Especially if your damage dealers or tanks suddenly decide to, you know, fight on the other side. Makes for a most unpleasant situation. Why is the game paused? That would explain it.
I hear you.
Now then, let's immediately push out some nice damage. Try to get rid of the Dark World at least. Nice. You deal with the vampire and try to, you know, not get yourself mind raped. That would be most pleasant for the moment. Most imaginable possible necessity. Not be mind raped. If I use some holy magic here. Here and use your healing circle with a power move. Because we are getting some annoying damages. Yeah. I imagine it would happen like this. The Death Guard Elite is gone. Honestly, somewhat annoying. Then, do you have anything? Nothing I really would want to waste on an almost dead enemy. Yeah, kind of gone down, maybe, potentially. It's gonna give us a bit of extra time. Okay, was there any need to use the fucking fireball? Elof, please, don't overdo it that much.
What do you need?
Okay.
Why not?
A surprisingly high amount of enemies running around. Let me realize that quick save, because I'm imagining that was not it yet. This oil has been disturbed recently. The sigil of entropy. We should have somebody where to blast that to hell. Let's not go in there.
What can I do you? Let's do this. All right.
Oh yeah.
Could be a fight.
Could be. What you are seeing, I'm seeing a fight, alright.
Looks like trouble.
This ends here.
Yep, most definitely a fight.
I hear you.
I actually used it for that. I can. That is gonna make it easier. Nice. I mean, we can deal with the lesser undead enemies, mostly because we have a priest with us who can go like wombo wombo wombo, my god has decided that you are not supposed to exist. Which is all nice and dandy.
I hear you.
That thing of atrophy though, that's gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it, to deal with. A really pain in the ass to deal with. How, oh how are we supposed to do this nice? I mean, to be fair, he makes a nice amount of damage.
Done and done.
Hey, whose side are you on?
Ouch. Okay, if I run out of everybody and go for a Ultimate murder attack.
You got this. Hurry up. Look at this. This ends here.
It's still going to take us an unbelievably annoying amount of time to get rid of it. I think actually Alov had the best chance here, dealing with it.
Yeah? Hmm?
With his magic attacks.
Sure.
That looks suspicious. But I guess really all the undead are actually already out and about. Okay. It was shorter than I actually expected. I was thinking that this was probably going to continue a bit longer. I guess that's why, you know, retracing your steps through already known areas and exploring all the areas that are now supposedly of your difficult level is kind of neat. You get some cool things out of that. Very cool things, actually. Although, how do you even name this? Yeah. Because creativity is many great things, but it is not my strong suit. I think Vamps would kinda, you know, put it in the most direct way, I would say. Now then. This island Tikavara. Pretty sure we were on Tikavara already, of course. Dealt with it even. Same with Boko. Whatever. This one is still considered a bit difficult. I guess that actually was pretty much everything, so I guess the only other option we have is actually sail up here and start with our exploration. There are two ships here. A Juana Novice captain, and a Voyager. And somebody a lot more dangerous. Alien Trading Company, the Goat Thorn, a Gillian. Yeah, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alien Trading Company, the Alicio, that's a Voyager. We need to catch that, because that could be the one we're looking for. Well, not that fast, and it's only a, you know what I mean, a, Voyager. We should be able to deal with it like we did with the others. You know, what happens out at sea stays out at sea. I know this game is really much trying to force your hand into the whole me be pirate now. Let's advance. Full speed ahead. Turn, 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 turn. Or just start with cannons. Let's see what they can do. Oh, they do actually have 40. Well, they had 40. Now they have 20. Idiots. Ah, Kitty once again. Trying to be an idiot about things. Would almost be willing to do something about that. Almost. Fire the cannons! Raboom! Yeah, you're going down like a bitch, aren't you? Whatever shit. That's not much. Jibby Jibby. Hold the possession. We're taking some damage, but yeah, doesn't really matter. Fire my starboard cannons. And that could actually be it. Yeah. Drone sales. That's not your only problem. You're fucked. And bye bye. And we have 2 crates of the other already. Okay, we need 1 more crate. Okay. Preacher Guana. Flavors, VTC, that leaves. Oh, Hyro and the shark. That's too dangerous. That seems a bit better. Also, I do not remember allowing you to sing some fucking sea shanties. I guess it means I get bored on the long voyage we're doing. New model ship is once again making use of its hopefully superior speed. The way it needs to actually correct its course every so often, because I'm actually giving it the order to attack the other ship, is a bit annoying on the eyes. Come on. It's actually not that far away any longer. Principe San Patrina, the Fortune. It's a galleon. Yeah, I'm not going to attack a freaking galleon. I'm not yet suicidal. He's not completely suicidal. I just need one more crate of Luminous Adra. Nobody will be the wiser. Okay, we almost got them. What actually do they have? They sail a dhow, I think? Oh, they have a junk. Okay. Take a look. Dead fire merchant, dead fire merchant, dead fire merchant, dead fire merchant. It's an unaffiliated captain, but he sails a junk. I'm not gonna do this. Don't see any Juana in our map. Do see some annoying Principe though. We might actually want to deal with those if we can. I mean, there's some voyages here. And since combat seems to be working somewhat well for us. Okay, before we do this, let's actually save, because this is a junk. This thing should be somewhat more annoying to deal with. Okay. Easy prey. Round 1. The enemy actually got ahead of us this time. Full speeder ahead. We do want to get under 500 meters. They did it for us. Going to approach. Fire the starboard cannons. We have an over 50% chance, of course, to do some damage here. 6 damage for first hit. That's not bad. Time to GB. Somewhat brutally. Hold my position. Fire the port cannons. With 100%. That's nice. We have some assured hits. 10 damage. Not bad at all. Let's make actually use of the fact that we are somewhat, relatively speaking, fast. And fire the starboard cannons. Raboom. Another nice 9 damage. No critical hits yet. They have 4 cannons. Ouch! GV again. Hold the position. Fire the port cannons. Ah, he's injured. It's not good. Our health goes down like a bitch. GB again. If we were to fire now, that would be a very bad chance. Report to. We have somebody who's a good cannon guy. Doesn't really seem like it. Fire the starboard cannons. Still have a pretty good chance of hitting. As you can see though, that doesn't mean shit. Okay, this is going somewhat brutally here. Hold position. Fire port cannons. Maybe we could actually do this by, you know, attacking them somewhat more directly. They now like trying 4 misses. Nice. Jobby. Hold the position in preparation. Minus armored cannons. 10 damage. And my ship is down. The crew's dead. The dark presses in the bright burn of sunlight. No, nothing. Okay, if I want to do this against the junk, the only chance I really have is going in for close quarters combat and dealing on them. On board. Supporting action, basically. Ain't my preferred method. Yet, putting it mildly. And what chance do you have? Close to board. Give no quarter. Charge! Continue sailing onward. We lost a bit of hull. Behind the stone will collide, sending shards of water and enemy sailors flying. We have a bit of damage. A rousing cry, your crew throw grappling hooks and boarding planks across the gap between the two ships. They stream onto the ship's deck, weapons at the ready. The stunned enemy crew rally and meet your sailors with the resounding boom of gunfire, clang of steel on steel. That was a very risky move, and we got what's coming for us, basically. What you get by attacking a fucking junk. They do have a nice amount of cannons. It almost makes the ship something to consider. 4 cannons on one side? Hell yeah. Can sink most things with that easily enough. Now I'm tempted, actually. I'm really tempted. Yeah, it's a nice load of people. Okay, there are no slouches in combat either. Yeah, and with Olaf down already, that ain't going good. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to be doing this like this, or at least not now. Yeah, no, there's no good way of doing this. It's load the game. We're going to lose this horribly. Okay, don't attack a fucking junk that is so much more in people and stuff. Okay, let's ignore this. We have principally slavers and VTCs. That no. Yeah, no. No. No, it's a galleon. I'm not suicidal just yet. Thank you very much. Slavers in the red arrow, a dhow. We might actually be able to deal with a dhow. Okay, we learned our lesson. And experience is, as they say, everything. Do not attack a junk. Even if it seems like a nice little thing. Oh, then let's sail to meet our newest friends. Or soonish friends. I think they're actually going to meet us too. Yep. They wish to fight, do they not? The vessel approaches. Advance. I mean, we can probably deal with most of the smaller ships around. Full speed ahead. The enemy is probably going to do it too. No, it's actually turning already. Turned bird. Hold that position. They shoot us. Nice damage there. Let's fire the starboard cannons. And see what we can do. Not bad, but the enemy has a bit of a advantage yet. Let's GB somewhat first. Hold the position. Fire my cannons again. 14 damage, that's nice. GB. Hold the position. Yeah. Fix it. GB. Hold the position. And fire. We're getting him. Yeah, GB again. They're shooting. 2 misses. Not a problem. Hold the position. Fire, 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 fire. 6 damage. That's a bit of a wasted turn there, but can't really do much about that. Holding position. Did I just sail instead of shooting? Pretty much sure I did. 9 damage. We're getting there. GB. GB somewhat fiercely. Hold position. Point stab at cannons. We have them somewhat down. Of course, ship has decided to actually shoot. 1775. Still a nice chance. Oh, come on, they're down to 1. Jebe! Hold the position. Fire the starboard cannons. We have a nice hit chance. That should be it. Nice. Okay. Since crew's still happy, we're gonna take that. And who else do we have around? The Viergeist. You know. And we have our next call. Basically, the slavers and the VTC are the last ones around, which we will be dealing with. Then, well, we already did everything. I mean, how are we going to be repair-wise when we approach them? Because those do have given me some problems so far. I guess it kind of depends a bit on our luck. More so than anything else, actually. But at these speed waves, we should be able to catch up to them. Well, should. And also, the more time we waste, oh, there we are. The more we, of course, have health going for us. Okay. As the enemy is going to come to us anyway, it's actually immediately prone to starboard. If I were to fire the starboard cannons, I'm a bit out of range. Now they're not going to try and actually get closer to us. It's bad because actually at this range we are not in ideal range yet. They do only seem to have one gun though. A fast reloading gun at that, but still. Could make this a lot easier actually. GB. 4 damage to sails. That's not something I'm too worried about. Yep. GB. Hold the position. Okay, now they have 2 guns in range apparently. Interesting, interesting. Shoot again. I mean, these guns are actually really nice. If you get the opportunity to get a good lucky hit off, you can do some amazing amount of damage there. If you can get a good hit in, that is. A critical hit you might. Like this, 18 damage, yeah. One more of those and they will not know what hit them. No, they will now because they're dead. Ouch. Hold position. Prepare to fire. We're also running out of cannonballs, somewhat fiercely. Ribby! Hold position! I mean, as long as my cannon here is not getting damaged, you know. And we got a Gibby again. Hold my position. I'm gonna fire destroyer with cannons. That should be it, potentially. Most definitively, even. Okay, one more dealt with. Nope. Nope. That's a Voyager, that would be a nice goal. Another draw. Hmm. I think after this ship or the next ship we actually need to head to port to get ourselves some new cannonballs. We're actually running out somewhat fiercely here. Yes, get closer to me. Because we have almost no repair materials anymore. We do need to get to shore. I guess once we're reasonably out, it's time to head back to back to Nikitaka. Enter combat. Full speed ahead. Turn to port. Fire back. Jimmy! Hold position. Nice. Jimmy! They do not have a good cannon here, do they? Hold position! And fire my cannons! Hold position! Take all. Okay. That's a galleon. No thank you. Though we might be able to take 2 dollars, eh? Full health, maybe. Wait, straight ships. We might be able to trade with them, can't we? Du, mit Room haben wir genau what is this? Is it about fish? Yep, it's about fish. Yeah, no signs of discoloration. Nice. That's rather nice of them. Yeah, sadly, I don't think it's enough to actually get us to 100 again, but at least we have enough in the way of supplies now. Oh, then the well-weathered thingy, though. I do want to try the close quarters again for once. Maybe because we can actually take their ship, then that would be nice. Getting ourselves a nice little dhow would put us in a better position. Close board, give no quarter, church! It will take me 10 to 20 health, 3 to 10 sales, and 1 to 1 continue. Results. It has some major damage. But we shall see if this works out. If we can actually take over the ship, that would be amazing, because that would give us a free ship. And it's better than my ship. Rum ba bum ba bum. Come on, concentrate. The way those roots can actually teleport around is a bit annoying, but I don't think they have the power to actually damage us. Let the captain run away. Let's actually deal with the warbler first.
Sorry, Fred. I can't.
No, you can.
Don't see why not.
Okay, I think we dealt with it. Can we get a ship out of this? Puncture, wound, crew, and crew. Plate chunk into rank. Nice. Haven't taken all the items. Except. So now, can we get the ship? Because we didn't sink the ship, technically speaking. We captured it. Okay, we apparently can't. Hmm. Seven days, that should give us more than enough time. More water. More ale. More hardtack. Okay. Leaves us with not much more in the way of actual enemies. We have Beggar Wilfruit in his little brow. There are 2 more dows here. The anti-galleon, I'm not gonna even try that. Okay, from where we are. He's probably the closest, so we're gonna get up there. Yeah, this one, then we're done with. So Beggar and Rafik. We should be somewhat reasonably healed by then. somewhat. Still a bit of a dangerous gamble, if you ask me, what we're doing here. Okay, let's save, because this is dangerous. We are not yet fully healed. I mean, we can sail along them a bit. Playing the friendly game and then being like, hello, it is I. I'm here to murder you. Full speed red! Giant bird! They are shooting us with one cannon. They miss. We're gonna shoot with two cannons. Ah, 6 hits. That's not bad at all. They hold position. We're going to GB. They only have one cannon sometimes. That is giving me a nice advantage. We're gonna hold the position. We're gonna fire our starboard cannons with over 90% chance of hitting them. The fire started on the deck. It's going to hurt. GB! Hold the position! And... fire the starboard cannons. Raboobski! Murdercate them somewhat fierce, please. GB again. Hold the position. Fire cannons again. That's an immediate death sentence. Take all. Okay. Here guys, Master Captain, but Master Captain sounds like a pain in the ass. Actually, let's revive everything. And see what happens. Fire Merchant. You could try to go after the Cockspur Captain, but I think those are randomly generated enemies basically. They're not what we were after at the moment. You know, that's a Galleon. Rafik the Redbeard, a 4-star captain, I doubt. Let's not. That seems like a bit of a risk. I mean, that one too seems like a very much like a risk. Check is Mirrorless Fendi, truly insane. No, that was not what I'm looking for. I was pretty sure I had another goal, didn't I? Pretty sure it was Principe ships. Can't have mislooked that much now, did I? It has a skull on it, so I'm not yet really willing to go with that. Let's actually go for a nice last bit of exploration before we set sail again to the nice port of Nakedronker and continue on a little journey throughout the military naval port and see what's awaiting us there. I'm assuming many people that hopefully have not yet heard about our ongoing nonsense. 7 days, that's okay-ish. 7 days, not a problem. Honestly, as long as I'm not directly trying to approach anyone with the idea of attacking them, we should not yet have much in the way of problems. Also made it roughly 4,000 just in coins, and we have not yet sold any of our things, so good for us. Sadly, you are not fast enough to catch me. Not fast enough at all. Shading away. I might say like the coward thing to do to, you know, run away when trouble is afoot. But if you have a small and fast ship, that's basically the one advantage you have, comparatively speaking. I do not have the cannons, I do not have the necessary strength to beat them, but I don't need to, because I can run away. Not the heroic tales of seafaring vessels you might be wanting to hear about, but realistically speaking, a rather realist take on it, I'd say. Once again with the games, eh? Is it that? Yeah, it is that again. Well, I can play around. Attempt to cheat. Nice. 10 points. 2 points. 5 points. I do like that it actually gives me sailor experience. How does playing that game of throwing things around actually gives me experience? I don't know, but it does. Bena, it doesn't sound like the sort of area we want to land in. This way to shock. Yeah, no, that too doesn't sound. There's Hasongo. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be another whole island. Let's see what this port has to offer. Worst case, we can at least buy some supplies. And I'm not assuming this area is gonna be that big. I hope. I hope not. Game takes its sweet time to load again. Distant light. Now the site for ruined fort. It appears as though Eos has marched through it. If you can find Luminous Adra here, it can connect to Eos again. Find Luminous Adra on Hasongo.
I don't get this at all. There was a Dawnstar settlement on Hasongo. The place got trampled just the same.
Well, it doesn't seem to matter who he hurts. He does as he pleases, quite literally.
This is wide went all over again. Only now we know it really is Aethys behind it. I'll tell you one thing. When we catch up to that unstoppable god statue, me and him are gonna have words.
Imagine the scene. Little Edgar standing here like, we need to have a word. Giant statue, you know, that you need to crane your neck to actually look into the face. Looks down like, what the fuck? Why is the end talking to me? Well, I guess
He's easy to follow.
true enough.
After it.
There seems to be some evil here, but that's okay. Some Nagar. Snake people, you could say. Nothing I'm too worried of, though. Steal some shit and try to steal even more shit, basically, is the main idea we are going to follow with. Since this fort is now abandoned, it is, how to put this correctly? Oh shit, there are people here. Namur woman rolls toward you, her eyes wide and wild. Her uniform is disheveled as if from several days' wear. Her breath comes in rapid gasps. With her are a few wounded soldiers and a huddle of commoners in dirt-stained farmer smocks.
Shut the door, quick, before the Naga get in.
You do know if those creatures wander in these doors, it's not gonna keep them out.
Of course it will. This place is a product of the finest Rawatayan engineering. Built to weather anything. Nothing's getting through.
There's something unusual about her brittle confidence, distant stare and shaking hands. She's on drugs. Or drug. You saw her plenty of times in your old life as a mercenary. She's suffering the aftershocks of battle. Oh god, she's got PTSD.
Folks that saw Widewin on the field of battle, ones that lived, used to get rounded up looking like this. Some got reassigned, but most they sent home.
Understandable.
Wait, you're not the reinforcements. There are supposed to be reinforcements.
Hold yourself together, soldier.
I'm the storm-cursed assistant quartermaster, alright? I deal with rats and meal moths, not...
Not giant statues trampling your fort, eh?
The first thing was the Colossus. It showed up a few days ago, a week ago, I can't be sure. But it was huge. It glowed like luminous Audra.
Well, that was yours,
That monster that killed our people?
I suppose he does look like a monster from down here.
I told you, Zuhira. The Godhammer scrambled their god, and now he's taking his revenge.
Our gods are above petty motivations like
No,
revenge.
they're not. They're absolutely not.
Gon's got a bigger plan for you and me.
It's no coincidence your Aethys shows up just as Latharn storms out.
The Colossus was coming right for us. Fleetmaster Co. ordered the Gunhawks and Cannoneers to take up positions. They They fought. The rest of us were sent below, like cowards.
Focus, what did the Colossus do then?
I heard cannon blasts, artillery fire. Felt the world shake.
Understandable.
Then the water started coming in. We came back up, and the others were... I don't know. Like they'd been turned to ash. And the Colossus was walking away. The fort was flooding, where it had broken our walls, and the luminous Audra in the lighthouse had gone dark.
Where's that lighthouse?
On the western side of the fort. It's a true marvel, a monument to Rowatayan engineering.
Oh.
Proof we can tame and transform this place once we get rid of the scale bellies.
Yeah, bellies, eh?
Naga.
They skulked in after, once our walls were down.
Yeah, what were you expecting?
Those of us who were left fought, but those cowards moved through the sunken hallways, ambushed us from below.
Those of you who survived ended up here.
Those snakes are little more than animals, no match for trained Rowatayan warriors.
Says the injured soldier. Very, very
When
convincing.
the Hazanui's reinforcements get here, we'll strike back.
And build our walls back up so nothing gets through. And double our cannons, so we can destroy that Colossus if it ever comes back. Zahira. Is there anything else?
Who's
Dawn stars.
Fleetmaster Co. hired them to tend the fields that supply the mainland, but they started acting strange, dreaming strange.
You mean dreaming of things to come?
One of them, Latharan, had a row with the Fleetmaster over it, left angry just before the Colossus showed up.
And
You think that's a coincidence?
pretty much, yeah.
I think their praying called it here, getting back at us for the God Hammer. Even if not, they definitely know something.
Spitting at our god? You ought to fear for the future of your soul.
They don't know it's an agreement, like, yes. This is a fortress. Surely you've got some way fighting the Naga.
The finest cannons and bombards in the archipelago. Why, you can barely walk the ramparts without...
Without getting hit in the face by a cannon.
There's still one. There must be one. They can't all have been destroyed. But you'll need a trained artillerist to aim it. Don't go back out there. You'll be safe here until reinforcements arrive.
Just stay away.
That's a good way of starving, alright.
Scale bellies are hiding down there. They'll ambush if you get close.
Those I can try.
Sometimes you can see them if you look carefully.
I say let them try. Actually, let me take you to the last of your resources while I'm at it. Well, not the most impressive assortment of soldiers. To be fair, I don't think any soldier would reasonably be trained to deal with fucking Eosas marching by. You're like, hello, that's me, your friendly neighborhood Eosas. I'm just here to spread the good word of. Boom! Oops, I crushed some animals. Believe me. Sadly, in this case, the animals in question are, you know, pretty humans trying to do their very best. Hey, at least we get some free loot out of it, so... all well that ends well, as they say. Aha.
Let's go. Watch it.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. Not yet, at least. I should be a bit more worried because we are somewhat damaged from our previous encounters, and comes with a few disadvantages, alright. If there are actually more of them, that could turn into a problem somewhat quickly. Ain't too happy about that yet. A silver utoki.
Why not?
I do like that it's always going like, meh.
Romaro had no end of tales about the snake folk. Why not one of them ended happy?
I see. So they only has a site in big numbers. Okay. If we had to formulate a plan here, I'd say the plan should be... plan should be that we're gonna get fucked.
Got it. Get threshed.
Okay, you can't attack that either, then run up.
Here. Something else.
That must have hurt.
Reduced healing does not mean that we don't get any healing.
Move after a seat on us.
Now we need to murder those barrels. Otherwise we're not gonna get through. You know, you could just... Don't just stand there. Fucking attack it.
This ends. I don't think so.
Captain Guy.
Move exceed on us. Do this.
Come on, do it. I almost believe in you. I'm almost willing to believe that you're actually trying to be useful here. Then again, the archers are not really a problem once you actually get close to them. Which is the whole problem of being an archer. You're kind of fucked once the enemy gets actually close by. I see a mortar. Mortar gun. What can we do with this? A heavy brass bombard is perched atop the wall, pointing out to sea. Here you have a commanding view of the flooded fortress. Check for ammunition. The bombard itself is not loaded, and you don't see any ammunition field nearby. Anybody knows how to load this thing, it'd be that nervous lady. I see. I would very much like to deal with that cluster of Naga by using superior firepower. It seems like, you know, the human way of fighting. We're very much into that. But let's clean out at least the part of the fortress we can still access. Then go back and...
Sure.
Oh, I see a Naga cell.
I see trouble.
Some piles of gunpowder, but as long as nobody is actually exploding those, we shouldn't really have much of a problem.
Anybody mind if I smoke? I'll be careful.
The distinct need for a smoke when you're getting nervous is probably not
Look at this.
that good when you're close to a...
I don't feel so great.
Ouch! See, this was precisely what I tried to avoid. To some degree fair, to be completely fair and level with you. I don't think we can pass over there yet. But since we have now cleaned this area, I think rest and relaxation is most definitively in order. Do I actually have enough fire kelp? I think I do. Okay, we are healed up. It means probably it's daylight now outside. It's indeed daylight. Okay, let's find out if the poor little lady can actually tell me something about how to reload that bombard. I mean, it's not that hard. What I would need to know is where to actually find ammunition. And that is something the assistant quartermaster should know. She should know where the ammunition store is. Yes, yes.
Is there anything else?
You seem to be storing an awful lot of black powder
As you
here.
can see, we have need of it.
And a thing or two about explosives. And you're dealing in exceptional quantities.
Rawatayans do not do anything in half measures. The Deadfire is a savage place. Something the Valian coin counters and Huana tribals do not seem to recognize. But our people conquered Rawatai 2 millennia ago. We understand what it takes to survive, to tame a wild land.
Fascinating story, but where could I find ammunition for the bombards?
Ammunition? We keep lots of ammunition. Get new shipments all the time from Rawatai.
Not for the bombard. Fleetmaster Ko fired it all at the Colossus. All that's left are cannonballs, and they're too small.
Maybe Imuro had some. In his workshop, he was making these new explosive shells.
Of course he were. Don't build a gun bigger than Gallowayne's feckin' spear unless you be intending to use it.
Anyway, you should check, just in case. Imuro's workshop was by the northern gate.
See. An explosive shell, eh? That sounds nasty. Just what the doctor has ordered for a bunch of creepy little snake people, I would assume. Right, what is that? What can I do with that? Can I jungle my way over there? Seems like it. An entire section of the wall has been smashed, leaving a chasm of jagged rubble below. Broken planks and battlements jut from the opposing side. Throw a grappling hook across. Plonk! Cross the rope. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. My unbelievable athleticism, I'm absolutely no suited for this. Ah, we really do make a nice amount of progress. That is good indeed. Very good even, one might say. Okay. Swim into the passage. As the passage begins to grow dim and the water cloudy, you reach an intersection where the walls are spiderwebbed with cracks. The hall continues to the left and to the right. The way on the left is dark, there's a faint glow on your right. Still dark shapes obstruct the passage. Orient yourself. Finally, your own sense of direction tells you that the hall to the right leads west, while the route to the left seems to bend southeast toward the docks. Left. The hallway curves around until you reach a door. It's swollen with water and stuck in place. Give it a cursory tug, but it will take more effort to pull it open. Pull the door open with my unbelievable powerful strength. You plant your feet on either side of the doorway and pull at the handle. The civil sharp yanks and flies open, revealing stairs to the surface. Go swim up. I can imagine where I will end up. Let's see if I'm right. I am right, of course. In Alcazar, you feel the presence of a soul, twisting and sinuous. You notice you too. Draws nearer. Its restless essence tingles against your own. You're searching, haunting. You recognize that it is the soul of the Naga.
What is this? Come closer. You glow so brightly.
Yes, yes. Like your eyes, basically, bitch. Snake bitch has glowy eyes. What were you searching for?
Away.
Burst of vehemence shudders through her
The
essence.
striped fiends profane the island, endlessly burrowing, building.
Well, yeah.
They bury
It's kind of what people do.
Audra under stone. Sugan says we must find a way in. Sugan says I must find a way in.
Ooh, Sugan.
Speaker for the gods.
Speaker, eh?
Grandfather to many.
Ew,
He
snake
leads
sex.
us here.
Yes, dear.
And here I must find a way in. The fiends gather at the walls, searching too. Not for me, but they see me still.
Well, come with me then. I shall show you the way.
It is too dark. I will lose my way, or be swallowed by the terrible walker.
Oh, you've seen the big guy.
Stay a little longer. Your glow is a comfort here.
Well, let me point it out in the most nice way I can. You're dead.
No, not dead. Still searching.
What are you looking for
A
now?
way, I said. A glowing, shining way.
As she speaks, you feel yourself pulled into her memory and into the dark abyss of the in-between. Remember it from your own brief sojourn there. Yet from the darkness you and Yanas see a bright rift, a pillar of roots that seem to reach into the heart of the world. You recognize this as an Adra pillar.
The way glows like an anglerfish lure, but it feels safe.
It does. You're drawn to it.
I will
Drift
follow
toward
the
it,
way,
then.
I think. But then I see another glowing thing.
Uh-huh.
This one does not feel safe.
You don't say, Naga bitch. Another glowing figure appears. This one shaped like an enormous walker. 3 stars burn above its brow. Hey, it's Eosas again. You feel Yena's fear at this walker thing, even as you recognize it as Eosas. Let's draw back then. Watch as the glowing figure approaches the pillar. It reaches out, and a violent current rips through the darkness. You hear a chorus of screams, but they sound distant and distorted. There's something from underwater. Light and energy flow to the strange being from the pillar, and from 100 points gathered around it. At last, the pillar is dark. The glowing walker recedes, brighter than before. So he once again absorbed some of the Adra and took basically all of the stuff inside.
and no light. I am afraid.
Well, I don't really feel compelled to help the fucking snake lady, but guess I can try to restore the outer pillar for the moment. Gives me something to look forward to.
I am searching for a way. Show me.
Fucking ghosts everywhere. Must be really a pain to be a watcher. Okay, so I'm back to the kitchen for the moment. And there was another way. This time we're gonna take the right. Yes, we're gonna take the right. And go right. You pull yourself past the corner and into a labyrinth of carnage. Debris from half-collapsed walls and shattered barricades clogs the tunnel. That's not good. Corpses, weighted down by armor and bloated with decay, bob and hover in the open spaces. You kick off the rubble to propel yourself forward. Even so, the way forward is more taxing than you initially thought. Onward! Bip! Partial success. You press on. Shoti appears to be struggling, but by the time you notice, it's too late to turn back. The exit is still a grey blur when you see the panic in Shoti's eyes. You grab one of Shoti's trembling arms and pull your companion toward the light. You reach a wood-paneled wall with a ruined green banner. You see the exit on your right. You push toward it. As out of the water, Shoti doubles over and vomits a mouthful of seawater, trembling with exhaustion. Well, she didn't die. She got... what did you got? Fatigue. Okay, that's not good. Let's just hope there's no ambush waiting for us wherever we end up. It could be somewhat problematic. Doesn't seem like it. A cold stiff hand protrudes from the rubble. He's just, you know, being nice and says hello by winking or something. I'm sure. Yes, let's make this look nicer. Okay. Not much here, actually. That was not really worth it, I'd say. And sad. Now, where have we ended up? Somewhat north of our original positioning? Yes, we have. Naga. And totems. I hate totems. Also explosive shit, but... that is all not very pleasant. Dead Naga in the sea. He's a very special individual, you must know. He's a snake person that cannot swim. Pure irony would be golden, wouldn't it be? Yes, me mighty Naga, me bravest warrior of all. My only drawback, can't swim. Welp. Okay, we know that there's a group of Naga down here. And we already were in the kitchen, and I don't think we can actually get into this area. Here, no, there's no way. Okay, so we try to deal with this group, I think, and try to avoid this group. We're gonna shoot them with the bombard, and I really want to see that because that sounds awesome. And so we can then explore the rest down here. Yeah, I think actually that's not a bad plan. I do wonder what the Naga totem though does.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
First, the archer. Yeah, maybe the shaman would have been actually a better goal. Ah, yeah, right, water movement. It is realistic, mind you, that you have to waddle through water a little bit. Understandable, yes, but still, pain in the ass.
I hear you.
Yeah. Job well done, little Shoti. Job well done. Okay. So now we should not have the problem of having continuously summoned some nonsense on me.
All things must come to an end.
Oh yeah, I certainly did. And I do already have the ability to do some things. Press affliction. Okay, Shoti, do you know what running away means? Because I will say that that would be a very good thing to do right about now. Pretty sure everybody else can hold position. Okay, you try to murder the Ice Blight. Understandable. Good. Everything seems to be under control. Okay, that's such a waste to do it at the end of the battle. She's like, I'm going to make you my sworn enemy. You're just an archer and you're gonna die in like 3 hits, but... Oh, who am I, eh? I must somewhat reassess the Naga. Well, my first impression was that they're little weaklings. They actually are somewhat tough customers to deal with if you have more than just one to deal with. Can go out here, eh? That's probably going to draw some more out of the water if I had to guess.
Looks like trouble. Boss!
We found some looters. Why does it seem always to be the case that looters and the like are actually faster than any, you know, rescue efforts or something? These people must be quite well informed.
After him. I hear you.
Ceiling.
I'll light the darkness.
Yeah, just focus on your small spells. Maybe take a step back, my little one. I'm not really meant for close quarters combat. Okay, that's really, really nasty. Mostly because I know that spell. Actually speaking, I am myself somewhat of a fan of tentacles.
Do it again. I'm taking it away.
Okay, don't do it. The enemy mage died a horrible death. His creations have died with him. Okay.
As you wish.
Many problems with that. Many problems. Hey, it's free stuff. What can I say? Also, a very realistic approach. We really quite literally plundered them down to the armor. Now then, we're not gonna go here because that's where the enemy is. It means we're gonna go up again and see what's there. Let's see if there's any more corpses we can relieve of anything they don't need any longer. Might seem a bit, you know, cold-hearted, but realistically speaking, a corpse has really no need for anything. No armor, no weapons, no shinies. I can probably climb that, can't I? That seems like it's going to be an another athletics test, if I had to take an educated guess. Let's walk down here a bit. Let's not go down there, because we already know that there's going to be trouble. Look at him, he's like, I have a gun. You don't. You're dead. Two cannonballs. Nice. Another of the very special kind, the non-swimming Naga. It's like, look at that. And it's like, I want to shoot it. I'm not going to shoot its directly. I'm going to shoot its feet. He's like, ah, yeah. What a show.
Why not?
What is this? A freaking pawn in the making or what? If they fucking booing and dying whenever I touched him. Creepy as fuck if you ask me. Oh yeah, that's the engineer's workshop. This is where we're supposed to be finding that experimental explosive cannonball. Wouldn't it be a shame if something like this were to be, you know, shot at a nice little group of Nagas? A real true shame, I would say. So very saddening. Not for me though, I will enjoy the fireworks. The Naga probably not so much. Then again, you know. Ain't really my job to care. Okay, archers. They are annoying because they completely ignore the combat order and they can attack my backline, which is not nice. Realistically speaking though, once you get over the initial shock, they are not really that much in the way of tough customers. Okay, I'm supposing this goes down. This would lead to the back area here. I see. I think I can get up here. Not yet, at least. Okay, let's first go back and deal with that annoying little group then. Because I've been in the mood. I feel it in my bones. I feel fireworks. Yes, very much so. No reason to go back into the dining hall. Was there anything else back here? No, it doesn't. Doors appears to be. I guess what we could do is climb up here and then go back here. Should be a bit of a dangerous move. Now then, in case there are some nasty surprises, let's make a nice little quick save. We have, after all, the god power of being a player. We can save and load. Aye. A warrior and an archer. Nothing I'm too worried about. It's kind of the thing, the Naga, as long as they are in ones or twos, are actually not that much of a fearful enemy for me. If, however, given a larger group, maybe at a shaman or two, I actually will become somewhat annoying. Now then, knock knock, it is I. You wouldn't mind, would you? Oh, apparently he quite literally doesn't. Hello there, friend. An older man hunches over a work table, scribbling furiously by the light of a flickering lantern. His hair is an oily matted mess, and his cheeks are streaked with black. He looks up as you enter, shielding his eyes from the torchlight behind you.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy. I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you?
Don't know what a slave sphincter has to do with that, but what are you doing?
I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in Colossus, the next Naga warband.
Okay, might I point out that you're quite literally a damaged fort by the sea. There's gotta be water. You're using parchment. We're talking salt water here. That ain't gonna go too well in the combination, I'd assume.
You need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Well then, why don't we start with a nice little what happened here?
What didn't? A colossus made of Adra marched through the fort, grew bright like luminous, and scores of soldiers fell dead. Incredible.
Indeed, I saw the footprints.
Then the Naga killed everyone else. Except Latharn, I suppose.
Latharn.
Yes, he must have left.
The farmers.
Star fellow. Arrived yesterday, last week, complained of strange dreams. Smart of him to leave so soon.
Yeah, the others already were rather suspicious of that particular timing.
He's gotta be acting on his dreams, trying to help our god.
Also just pointed out here, we have a few
They
survivors.
should split up. Safer that way. Better odds.
I see.
Do you need something? If not, I should focus.
I see, such a nice little blatant statement. You can use it in many situations to just continue with the conversation. Just send it like, I see. Yes. I see. So, you had the explosive shells that I already found?
Just the one. Someone came and took it. Oh, that was you.
Yes, I am able to loot first, ask questions later. Quite literally, actually. Go away, kitty. You're not welcome. Not at this hour, at least. So, how do I get to the lighthouse?
How indeed.
That was not the sort of answer I was expecting.
Naga everywhere. Suppose your best chance will be up along the walls, west and south. But how to get there?
Climbing, running, the usual. Use your legs. Potentially the rest of your body.
Better perhaps to keep going south, around the edge of the fort, through Fleet Master Ko's office. More cover from the Naga.
Well, maybe try both ways and see if we can find any sweet loody bits. Well, there's survivors hold up at the decks. Do you want to go over there?
Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it.
Well, yeah, very human illusion, because we are animals that tend to stay in groups. Especially if we don't feel completely safe in an area.
I must see that my work survives.
I guess this particular individual has not yet heard the bit of that nice concept. Also not much of an illusion, if you know, one man can throw one spear, then two men can throw two spears, and going by that logic, having more people that can throw things at reasonably high speed, with pointy ends, kind of a bit of an advantage actually. Okay, let's run back. And make sure my little characters do not go through here. That would be somewhat annoying. Then we blow up this, then we go over here, check out this building, and well, we're probably gonna go both ways anyway, because there could be loot. Who knows? And since nobody is going to miss anything from here, I don't think at least. I mean, I guess as long as I don't steal any nameplates or something, or you know, some uniforms with names written on them, I don't think we're going to be in much danger of getting spotted once we sell those nonsense. So, load the bombard. Carefully release the shell onto the bombard. Turn the bombard toward the cluster of Naga. It's stuck. Backsack. You notice the gears attached to the rotating platform are rusted. Push the bombard into position by sheer power. Sure, I'm powerful. Not powerful enough. Rub cooking fat into the gears. It's messy and smelly work, but once the gears and your arms are liberally greased, you're able to turn the bombard. The bombard continues its lonely vigil. Oh, look, it's looking somewhat sad even. I almost see it. Aim. Seraphon consults the artillery manual and uses it to line up the shot. Let's hope he's a quick learner then. Fire the bombard. And... Boom! Get wrecked, bitches! This is most definitively a pleasant little thing, wasn't it? Also, free loot. A bit of running around, mind you, but it was a nice looking explosion. I have to give him that much at least. A wonderful journey into the horrible horribleness that is probably going to be more Naga. Even more Naga. Also, it blew up the shaman and the totem, which is somewhat pleasant. Those actually gave me a bit of a fright one time we faced them. No reason to do that again. If we don't have to, that is. Ah yeah, more of the very special non-swimming Naga.
Let's go.
There's the shaman again. He's gonna do his nonsense. Oh shit. Well shit indeed. Okay, a lot of repositioning is in order. Yeah, Shoti, you're a bit in a bad position, yeah. Okay, deal with that please and do it fast. So it's really not that easy to actually hold the line, I guess. But he at least can change to some melee weapons that do some actual damage. Shoti, go back a step. Do some healing. If we want to lose anyone we need. Okay. You attack that, please. Give it a nice little kick or something. Okay. Yeah, I think we have to select. Now, let's not forget to change it back to his little pistols, because I have a tendency to forget it, and he's running into melee, which I find somewhat unpleasant, actually. Another bunch dealt with, and shit. Yeah, I mean, not really a problem, we can just go up from inside. For a second I was like, shit, do I need to run all the way around? I mean, I will have to run around anyway. Make a nice little quick save. Because where there's water, there's potentially Naga, because apparently, now the picture might, you know, give you the idea that this is the norm, but no, most of the Naga can actually swim, surprisingly enough. Ah, you remember the feat that made these stompings across Cat Nua? Yeah, he still kinda owes me a whole castle and a full treasury. Kinda wanting to get that back, you know. Okay, I have reached the lighthouse, I guess. And I'm assuming this is then the officer's hut that they were talking about, that you can't get through. Let's see how many enemies we find in here. That'd be quite a bit of a longer adventure than I had originally anticipated, actually. I thought that we just go in, plunder a bit and go out again, but a bit more to do, actually. I found a creature. The dog watches as you approach. His ears forward and head cocked.
Uh-oh. We got a ferocious beast watching us. And he looks like he's got a very itchy belly.
Oh dear. I'll beckon the dog to come with you. He takes a few tentative steps towards and sniffs your head. He lays his head under your fingers and looks up at you expectantly. Old scratch behind the ears. Classical move. Closes his eyes and raises his head, helping you find just the right spot. Several seconds of this, he stands and shakes himself off, ready to follow. Ain't another pet. I have like 1,000,000 of those already. An expanded design. Flecks of sealing wax cling to the tip of the blade. So this is most definitely the commander's house, I'm assuming. Okay, since we can now just go up there, what we're gonna do is go back and actually do the climb. Find out if there's any enemies up in this particular area. Because we know we're gonna end up here anyway. And then we're gonna explain, yeah, sure. Explore the lighthouse. Because that is most definitely going to award us with another vision of Theosos if we are oh so lucky to have that particular pleasure dropped into our lap again. Talking with the gods is always such a pain in the ass. I mean, the gods themselves are just a pain in the ass. Royal one at that. Loose masonry masks the southern wall of the gatehouse. Some of the protruding bricks look prominent enough to climb. Yet the stonework feels slick with sea spray and slime moss. You estimate a difficult climb and a dangerous fall. Climb the tower. Shoti, again! You twisted your ankle. You're halfway up when you hear a gasp blow. Looking down, you see Shoti holding feebly to a jagged stone, her feet dangling over open air. As you watch, her hand slips from the stone and she lands at the base of the tower with a faint yelp. You have no choice but to climb back down after her. For fuck's sake, woman. We've been down this adventure business for a while now. I can't believe you're not at least somewhat athletic at this point. Sure, let's waste another rope and grappling hook. Hook. Yes. Language. Oh, difficult to. Recap. Metal hook. Stone wall. You're looking to catch every idea on watch. Don't care. Lands with a loud clang. No sooner have you pulled it tight than you hear splashing and hissing behind you. Got two of them. We are strangely positioned to greet our visitors, but
Looks like trouble.
After him.
wouldn't be much of a problem, honestly.
Something else.
Yeah. 1 round of combat, almost half dead. Yes.
You like that?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they don't. No living creature likes to get beaten to death with sharp objects. Or small, round objects, traveling at high speed. But hey, some snake eyes. Taken directly from the only source available, snakes. Well, at least we managed. Oh, let's reposition ourselves so that our dear little Adair, as being the tank, is in front again. Seems like a very good choice. Ooh, a lonely cat. I see a lonely cat. I want to take with me the lonely cat. I have decided it is my main goal now. Everything else has been put on the back burner, because there's a lonely cat to be rescued. Like every good... I wanted to say adventurer, but it's really not the usual adventure thing, is it? A bit more like saving a cat from a tree, isn't it? Maybe we should start as a, firefighter or something. Seems like something's able to. No more loot. But a whole... Since we have cleared the area so nicely, I think a bit of rest and relaxation would suit poor little Shoti rather well, considering that she's, suffering somewhat fierce from accidents. Yes, accidents is precisely, so I'm gonna call that particular nonsense. A bit more resolve. I mean, sure. I'm pretty much only gonna give you that because I have a reasonably high amount of it. So, positioning. We can continue, and it's raining again. Great. Nothing but a great rain, isn't it? Good thing we plan to go inside anyway. We're ashamed to get wet. The lighthouse is quiet, but for soft, sibilant whispers. They are repetitive. Incantatory quality to them. Yet as you cross the threshold, an old Naga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Yeah, sure.
Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
You're saying the gods have brought ruin on that vibe before?
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam?
I kinda do.
Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
Huana civilization spent the archipelago, but the Ingrifians built temples around the Adra.
They did not build alone. The sand-striped ones helped, as they help other fiends now. Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
That sounds like the gods, alright. But let be insightful. You think history is repeating itself?
You shufflers are beasts of habit. You do not learn. You do not change.
To some degree, that's actually kinda right.
You cast
What
off
has
your
happened?
sheddings by night,
We
only
have...
to put them back on
we have the little Lassie game, and it has raided.
filthy,
Haven't seen
worn-out
him in a while.
things.
That's a very nice film, and he brought along a lot of fuzzy faces. Haven't seen those nice little faces in a while. Quite pleasing. Are you feeling good? And that face is so enjoyable.
Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires.
Also, there's a little
and
squirrel.
muffled the
I mean, the squirrel is nice too.
storms.
Jazzy
They
face.
remembered
That's
how
a sign and a
shufflers
half.
scattered.
That's what I like to hear. Always good when people are actually feeling good.
Now,
As you can see, I also keep rather busy dealing with Naga for some mysticistic reason. Naga.
the gods see. They will tear them all
Of course, also the
down.
not so much swimmingly capable Naga, which is amazingly fun. Yeah. I'm going to avoid the whole Barrow sent me angle. Kinda don't like it. Do I really want to tell him that I'm a... I mean, why not? Let's try to be diplomatic, I guess. Does seem like a bit of an annoying combat situation, doesn't it? Well, can't complain overly much. I mean, you know, it's the beginning of the year, which means it's time to do taxes, which is half a pain, but, you know, nothing more lovely than, you know, working for a whole year and then having to pay massive amounts of money so that you can run a small business. The one time of the year where I actually play Hitman games just so I can murder people. Really helps with the stress. Apart from that, which is, you know, normal thing, well, not too bad, all things considered. Still enjoying some playing, here and there and everywhere. His tail whips on the ground as he considers you. Yes, I am. Therefore you shall consider.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
Look up Berav, this would be a great time for one of your demonstrations. Yeah, if we all know, gods are in the end just smoke and mirrors. They are very nice party tricks that you can use. Oh, what would you consider proof?
I tell you, thick tongues lie, forked tongues do not.
That's a statement and a half. I'm pretty sure he had that same saying, just the other way around.
If what you say is true, then surely you can speak with the dead.
Surprisingly enough, I actually can speak with the dead, so easy enough.
I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
We already collected one of your souls, so here it is again. Janna's bright, wispy form appears, and the other Naga pull themselves into tight people knots. Guess even the Naga are quite understanding of the idea of having the ghost of someone dead suddenly summoned into their midst, especially if it's your own people. And Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked.
Sugan, I found the way.
Yeah, no, you didn't, you died. Quite literally, you're a ghost.
Yanis, you died.
Yes, yes, she died.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
Who knows, maybe I'm just making her say that.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Yanis.
It doesn't work that way. Just point that out nice and friendly.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the Godwalker, like the way.
Yes, yes, that's just my armor though, reflecting the sun, but yeah, I'm shiny. I'm wearing lots of shinies. Golden shinies, legendary shinies, and I want more shinies. And if you don't stop annoying me, I will turn you into shinies.
She will open the way.
The last of Yana's essence fades back into the in-between. Shugan regards the other vein, calculation flickering in his eyes. You're a snake brain. I don't think you have the capacity for much calculation, but go ahead. I will patiently wait on you just I would wait on an old PC to start up. It takes a while, it might be some coughing involved, but sooner or later you will get a nice Windows 98 screen. Ah, good times.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the gods did not give me this particular power, but go ahead.
Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
Yes, I will do that. Just to spite Eoseth, though. That's actually the only reason I'm doing this. Ah, that giant fucking statue is a pain in the ass. Before that, though, let's take a look around and maybe position ourselves somewhat nicely spread out so we can take them if it should come to that, let's just say. I'm still somewhat suspect that this will end peacefully. The Nagasava have not really proven to be peaceful and, rather let's say peace-loving creatures as a whole. Corlagoon. Nice. It's a cat for the collection. Actually, would be a good question. How many pets do I have at this point? Just a inventory. I'm assuming I have somewhat of a nice little zoo. Where would pets be? Pets. There we have them. Okay, if we just can ignore everything else, then yep. My zoo is growing. You have quite a few cats at this point. Dude, the six-toes cat. That's the name of the half. Oh, it actually gives me something. Plus 20 health restored per kill. Interesting. Didn't even know they gave Bony. Might actually be useful to equip one for once. That metaphysics, perception, resolve, damage from range weapons. Damage from memory for effect attacks. Perception, intelligence, stealth, might. Perception, 20 health restored per kill. I kinda like that. I mean, 20 health is not that much, but we do tend to kill a lot of the small fry relatively quickly. Plus 5, all defenses against ground attacks. Oh, you do that. Food is important. Look at yourself something nice to eat. And of course, lurking, as we all know, is a very humble but honest profession. I myself indulge regularly in it. Mostly because of work-related reasons, but yes. Food. Food, yes, I should probably get myself some food after I'm done with this too. I don't think I had any major meals today. Didn't even have time for lunch. Okay, let's take the little one. Can I actually see it now? Running around? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, that's better. It will probably annoy me if I let it sit there, honestly. But I'll take it. So... how are we gonna do this? On the one hand, I would really much like to get rid of him just to be on the safe side. Because I'm assuming once I try anything, this is going to end up somewhat horribly. Okay, let's do it like this. Celia goes down here.
Happy to oblige.
Shodi comes down here, Elif comes down here. That's because I want to avoid the shaman dealing with that fucking totem thing and summoning an endless amount of fuck you things. Now then.
Hand touches the dim Adra.
You feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar.
We're gonna get pulled in the in-between, aren't we?
Swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra and a multitude of golden threads.
Which means, since a certain giant Colossus asshole has taken all of the, I don't even know, soul energy out of the Audra, and with him, I'm going to follow that thread right to his back, head, I don't know.
For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters.
How surprising. So we meet again.
At Aethys's shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form.
Yes, taking over a massive statue.
Energy
That's unfair.
pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord.
Is he looking at me smugly?
Considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
I'm assuming he's looking at me very smugly, like, what you gonna do about me, bitch? I'm a giant statue. There's some nonsense soul floating around.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave.
Yes.
This second attempt, is it born out of desperation?
Not really,
or
actually.
something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua?
Well, that's rather easy to say. Once, Barris kinda blackmails me into it. Basically, the deal is you either do it or you die, and you're not getting put back into the wheel. Secondly, I would like a, you know, a bit of a revenge round for destroying my fucking castle, you asshole. Yep, you destroyed my castle and ate my soul, jackass.
There was no malice in that act.
Yet that doesn't change shit.
Time, place, and necessity.
Aethys's voice grows fainter as he speaks.
It's like, yeah, sorry for burning down your house. It was a coincidence of time, place, and necessity. Yeah, sure, but that doesn't give me back my house. And you wonder why the gods are so fucking beloved by me myself, personally. Especially in this game. They're giant assholes. The lot of them. Vodika is a nice prime example of that particular aspect of godhood. Yes, as you can see, he's not much better. He's actually also just a giant asshole.
I am sorry for what I did, but it was done for the hope of a better future.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
I hoped only to explain, not to pacify you.
You
not to
did
pardon
not
my actions.
explain shit.
Can you be pacified? Or is revenge your goal?
If I can find a way to make you pay for what you did, to be fair, I will probably take it.
If I could pay it, I would.
Then do it.
There is not a fine in all Aora heavy enough to clear my debt, Watcher. I cannot undo what I have done.
You
But
could
perhaps
build me a new castle.
I can help make a better future for us all.
You're a giant statue. I'm sure you can build me a nice foundation for my new castle. You could stand in front of an island and be like, okay, give me all your money. Then you could give me said money, so I could build myself a new castle. It's like you don't have options being a giant statue, my friend, you know? But no, of course not. He's actually not honestly considering helping me. No. As I said, the gods are assholes. Through. Completely through. There's no shred of doubt in my mind.
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand. Tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
Yo, don't steal those. I took those fair and square.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the gods' true nature.
Oh, you mean the point where it was rather obviously revealed that the gods are not actually gods. Just very, very powerful beings at this point. Yeah, I know your little spiel. You are all fucking liars. Which took the last shred of respect I had for you anyway. Before it was just like the gods are assholes, now it's like they're not even gods, and they're still massive assholes.
Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't.
So yeah, you kinda spread a very nice lie there, and kept that alive for a long time. I mean, I salute you for that, personally. That's an achievement.
The last time I walked
Not a nice thing, though.
I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
Well then, it's not a long be like, yes, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yes,
Tell.
I will tell you. But this is not the
Oh,
time.
for fuck's sake.
As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long.
You know, you could just give me a quick explanation like, yes, my end goal is X. But probably give me some wiggle room with Berath and be like, look, I got you the information you needed. Now please, could you stop threatening me with unending death and no rebirth? That would be pleasant.
Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
And where precisely are you going? Just, you know, let's meet there.
Edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
Just tell me where the fuck you're going. It's not that easy. Some longitude and something would probably serve me well, considering that I'm on a seafaring vessel.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow.
Well, you'd be surprised just how bloody annoying I can be if I want to. Especially towards people who fucking destroy my castle. I take that very personally, you know. I built that castle up. It costs me hundreds of thousands of coins to build that up. I finally was in a nice position where I could just lie back and spend the rest of my life collecting taxes and, you know, I don't know, zip on the medieval equivalent of a martini or something. Some ale or whatnot. The good one. Not that piss water you get in the tavern. And along comes this asshole and ruins it.
Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
Yeah, I'm not that attached to my soul as long as it's not killing me not having much of it, so you can keep that some degree. I want my castle first. We can talk about the soul business later. I mean, it hasn't really hindered me yet, apparently, being a soulless person.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with
I get something back out of it.
you had thought long forgotten, until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap. Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse.
Okay, so he's doing a bit of a sneaky parietal move here. Now, he took basically all of my toys away, metaphorically speaking, and made me cry somewhat fiercely about it, and now he's giving me back one, and I'm supposed to be very grateful for that. You know, you don't take the whole pie away, give me a few crumbs and expect me to be pleased with that now, do you? It might work to pacify a child. Not so much. Myself.
Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world.
Yay for the living world.
You are back in the lighthouse. No longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth.
Well, another Audra pillar restored. I sure hope that pisses somewhat of Ayosa's plans. I get the feeling he's doing it on purpose, but best hopes and dreams, I suppose. Okay. The Naga stared at the glowing Audra. Their diamond pupils wide. The gun turns his gaze to you, his body in a cautious half-coil.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people.
Fascinating.
But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere.
Yeah, that's kinda how the whole, colonization thing kinda works. You start out building shit and take what you can get.
We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out. That driving them away was a holy mission.
I'm pretty sure ASS has not considered your point of view, little snake. Thought was never a holy mission. It's a lie and a half. But there can be a holy mission, if the Pope is okay with it. Pretty sure that's how it works. The gods have bigger concerns. There's no point in spectating about the will of the gods. Oh, what now?
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it.
Yeah, what?
You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this. And for your mercy.
That actually worked out somewhat peaceful. What do I get? A strand of favor. Minus 10 hostile effect, plus 10 beneficial effects rotation. Not bad, actually. I got out of this more harmlessly than I was actually assuming. Interesting. I was pretty sure they would, try to backstab me after I dealt with the Adra. So wrong can you be, eh? Oh yeah. Apparently they are deciding to shuffling away somewhat fiercely. Too bad we don't have more ammunition for the bombard though. That would be a nice firework. We probably would have murdered them. Just in small groups, like we did before.
Had another one of your talks there, didn't you? You gonna share details, or do we gotta guess?
Yeah, I mean, if my dearest and oldest of friends asked me so nicely, well, sure.
I was rather hoping someone else would bring that up.
Yeah, right, fair point, that. Captain?
Yeah, shut up.
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Shrug my life. He looks at you, concerned.
Any word from our giant Adra friend?
Well, Mugger and Steve, it's notoriously perilous chain of volcanoes.
That sounds ominous.
It does, doesn't it? Like a final showdown area.
And we'll be charting a course for Mugren's tits. Teeth. Apologies, force habit. Onwards, Captain.
Honestly, at this point in time, yeah, a nice pair of tits would probably still more pleasing than the teeth. Sadly, I think the teeth, in fact, refer to probably rather dangerous to navigate area of reefs and other such nonsense in the water. Sounds mighty pleasant, I'd say. Mighty pleasant indeed. Okay, let's talk to the engineer. Tell him that, things are cleared out. You can stop doing your nonsense of writing things down when there's quite a potential that the area gets flooded and everything will be lost anyway. And then the wounded soldiers, and then we'll be on our way. Finishing our little turn on around the map. Then back to Nekataka to find out what has happened in our absence. Also, of course, so, sell some stuff and get some money. That sounds rather pleasant, doesn't it? How much do we still... 17,000. We need like 90,000 to get ourselves a galleon. And I dislike that I can't just steal it. I mean, if I, take the fight to the enemy and I board their ship, and I win the battle, then technically speaking, I haven't destroyed the ship, haven't damaged the ship, and as long as the enemy crew is not allowed to run free, they should not be able to destroy the ship either.
Do you need something?
So why can't I just take that? I mean, it sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Okay, the engineer's like, I don't care, I'm just going to continue writing until I die of probably thirst. Probably thirst, yeah. I think the rest of our little sojourn should not take that long though, if memory serves. Pretty sure we were like halfway across the map anyway. So that should get us relatively quickly done with. Maybe actually I think I will do the setting of, inventory things off screen. It's kinda a boring process if you think about it. I'm just gonna sit there and go like, yes, here, take 10 long swords and stuff. I don't think that is necessarily something I need to show off. It's a bit of a...
cowards! I knew they'd run!
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
You know, given all that's happened here, you sound extremely confident.
The lighthouse shines again. We survived.
Yeah, and who did all the work for that? Oh, right. Not the soldiers, the ones who were responsible for doing it, as well as protecting this place. No, it was some random fucker coming along.
It's proof that our people can conquer anything. That our works can survive even here.
Ah, ooh, can I raise my hands, you know, like a nice little school kid and point out that fuck no, it was me who did all the work?
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
Okay, where can I find you, Hansanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nakataka.
Nice.
Though she gets called to the palace often.
The Brass Citadel
the Queen and the Valians.
was actually the next one area in Nakataka I wanted to journey to anyway. That fits like a damn bucket on head or something. I don't know.
Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies?
The
The only
yeah.
thing I know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire. And no one's ever come back from it.
A place that is actually worth the definition of a place cannot be made of fire. That would not be a place. That would be an inferno. Well, or hell. But even hell has more than fire.
But
apparently.
anything can be overcome.
Shut up, woman. You annoy me to a degree
Clear
that is
skies.
not... Can I hit her on the head just once, please? That's just the smallest little, you know, hit. I will even use the blunt side of my sword.
Upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Yeah, you're one of those Don't Star children, eh? My friend's looking for someone you may know.
Short lady, about my age. Came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you. Face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
Sounds like a pleasant little lady.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
Someone else you might
I
ask?
don't think you'll have much luck around here. I know all my neighbors.
And he's like, oh, look at that giant feet. He's a bit of a pervert, I can already see it in his eyes. That is not devotion to a god, that is devotion to something else entirely. Surely. Well, and with that bright note, we shall now set sail again and hopefully find ourselves a better place. With less, you know, insane people. Sadly no supplies, I guess. Doesn't matter. We can get supplies on the main island at any further point in time. Sure. Yes, that doesn't look pleasant. Sick. It doesn't look pleasant at all. I don't think I'm going to be fast enough to avoid that particular nonsense. It's like, oh, look at this. Just a few minor problems. Yeah, no. Not gonna let me escape. Jack! Songor is a mound of wreckage on the horizon, and you see a dozen junks sailing toward you. Even at this distance, you can tell they are making good speed. One of the ships pulls up alongside yours, and a well-dressed Aumaua man approaches the edge of the deck. You do not recognize him, but he grins cryptically at you. I am Matsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company and Special Emissary to the Ranganui of Rawatai. He nods, but he's gazing toward Hasongo with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. It surprises me that you have largely escaped notice in the streets of Nektraka. Suspect that will soon change. Okay, let's start off courteously, I guess. I'm a bit outnumbered here, so no reason to piss in his breakfast cereal overly much. Pleasure to meet you. Your manners do you much credit. And now, I'm trying my bestest. Want to extend the thanks of the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. Okay, that's giving me a bit more breath then. He raises one hand toward the Adra beacon. You restored a valuable asset. Whether or not that was your intention. Gives you a quick sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. I need to reach the Asian Maw and Margran's Teeth. As though a cold wind has blown over the deck. Mention of Margran's Teeth, and the Rawatain sailors stare at you in shock and horror. Those who are not frozen with their mouths agape are whispering fearfully amongst themselves. Katsura silences them with an unreadable glare. Turns back to you with a brittle smile that does not reach his eyes. Forgive my compatriots. Margran's Teeth is a volcanic chain along the northeastern edge of Deadfire. It's also among the most treacherous places in the archipelago. Cast a glance back at the ancient soldiers. The waters around it are patrolled by giants said to be born of Mugran's own volcanoes. Even our well-armed ships do not venture there. He tilts his head in apology. But I suspect Queen Onikaza could direct you to Ashen Moor. You're set on going there. All the more reason to visit her palace. He once again smiles cryptically. Go to Serpent's Crown in Nigataka, and later come and see me at the Brass Citadel. Always eager to forge relationships with that. Resourceful, yes, that's one way of saying it. Individuals. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain. And to the nerds as his cry. Yeah. His crew makes ready to sail once more. Good. Sail away, please. And don't surprise me like that. It's getting a fucking heart attack there. Okay, I think we have progressed the main story without wanting to. Well, that's what exploration sometimes does to your quest chain. It kinda ends up fucking you. Somewhat obviously. But that is not a problem, of course. We shall endeavor to finish our little turn and then sail back to Nigataka. Nice and peaceful.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk.
You might not believe this, but I was just about to say, hey, at least we only met one god this episode. Lo and behold, the rest shows up like the little bitches they are.
The grass still holds the warmth of late afternoon sunlight, but a chill breeze blows at your back, raising goose flesh down your arms. The chirr and trill of nightjars rises with the wind.
So when is the bell going to play?
Of the sky, stars ignite by the ones and twos.
Very dramatic.
Of a single bell
Yeah, it is.
joins the chorus of birdsong.
And now, because Barrett is, you know, an asshole, he's going to deafen us with an incountable number of bells ringing right in your ear. If you think, you know, your classical alarm clock is annoying as fuck in the morning, imagine this. That's migraine-inducing nonsense going on.
The sound surrounds you. Every stalk of grass bears a delicate silver bell on its end,
Ouch.
bobbing in the wind. The chill breeze becomes a howling gale, and the tide of ringing bells sweeps you off your feet. It carries you like flotsam through the sea of grass.
Yeah, like a fucking alarm bell waking you at the wrong time. Imagine going to bed one night, you know, all nice and peaceful. You're tired, we have a long week of work behind you. All you want is to fucking get some nice shut-eye. You fall into bed with the nicest of feelings. You fall asleep almost immediately, only to be awakened rather rudely, like an hour later, because your fucking alarm bell went off. You cannot imagine the pain and suffering that can bring to you. Or maybe you can. And you've also had to fight down a very real urge to throw that thing somewhat brutally against the next wall, repeatedly.
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Yes, I'm going to be called up there
The voice
again.
of the pallid night shakes the earth at your feet.
Hey, Barrett, long time no see. You look as dead and uninterested as usual.
You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the god of death.
Yeah, I kinda take a bit of offense to that, you know. I'm not your little bitch boy. I have things to do, lives to live, and I don't know, many other things. Maybe try a door next time? Question mark.
Your preference has been noted.
Good.
Pallid night crosses her arms.
Yeah, what can I then do for you, oh greatest of great? Oh, no, I'm actually not that bad at useless pleasantries, but even I find it hard to get into the mood for that.
You can't be certain, but you think you might see the barest hint of a smile tugging at the edges of the pallid knight's lips.
That does not sound good, considering that we're talking about the literal god of the dead.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light.
I have. He's as much an asshole as the rest of you. That's all I can actually say. Why, though, is the game full of assholes that try to take my life?
Tell me what you have learned.
He's still smashing his way across the dead fire, destroying pretty much everything that is inside.
My patience is not infinite, and your soul is but one breath in a hurricane that I control.
Yes, you're once again trying to threaten me to tell you what you want to hear.
She closes the gap between you in a blink. This near, you realize the god of death has a smell.
That's an interesting
like
detail,
dust
actually.
and ozone, petrichor and cold, cold steel.
Has steel such a distinct smell, though? I mean, usually, as long as you don't mix it with anything else, like, you know, some fats or something, usually it shouldn't really be much of a smell that you can... Well... He makes for Margaret's teeth.
Intriguing.
No, it's
The
not.
pallid knight stares past you, pensive.
The problem is, the beginning of the game has already showcased that the whole argument line of going down being like, you will not kill me, you need me, I'm the protagonist, doesn't really work. The witch is very much happy to end the game for you. I don't know if this is one of those opportunities where she can do it again. I'll risk it, actually.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends.
Yay, more gods. Ooh, party! Look.
In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you.
Great. Have I hadn't had a worse enough migraine yet? No, it's gonna get worse. Ah!
In the space beside Berith,
Hey.
an eye blinks
Just
open,
great.
followed fast by several more.
Yeah. Again, I can see the background. There's some interesting creatures there.
They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Yes, I know, he's a giant voyeur. We all always knew it. God has a bit of a fetish for watching.
Here we are.
Great.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless.
I do sometimes wonder why the gods feel the need, in any way, shape or form, to, you know, uselessly display their otherworldliness. Also, you know, here I should maybe do some training. You're getting a bit of a man boob going on there. I guess rather fish boob, I suppose.
They are well.
Yes, Kate. We know.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
You know what? I'm not even going to comment on it. Just say
We
nothing.
see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy.
Yeah, he's kind of a bit of a cryptic asshole like that.
What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
Has he set up his own server yet? Questions upon questions.
A man strides through the door to Berith's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails
cats.
twitch with every step.
Nice little kitties. I want to pet them. I fear that they're gonna eat me, going by the sheer size in comparison, but, you know. Fetch the kitty. The urge intensifies.
Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then
I
the
know.
head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that beats ours. She also has at least 4 pair of tits hanging there, so... Huh? That's something. But still, you know, even for fetishizing things, that probably goes a bit too far. Let me look at that fish head. Also those teeth. That would be one hell of a dangerous blowjob if I've ever seen one.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on
Like, yeah, he's very brave, wandering around in a body that cannot be harmed at all and just, you know, doing as he pleases. Yes, very, very resourceful. Sure. I'm very much impressed by his single-mindedness, yes.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery.
Yes, we all know that Cornered Red will bite a cat sometimes.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Aethys does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest.
To be fair, that voice is very much mismatched with your face.
The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks and form, the vague figure of a man.
Oh, that's someone I was not expecting.
Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half grimace.
It would also be a giant fucking shield, considering the sheer size of the motherfucker.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in
Shouldn't you be somewhat more free-minded at this point? Didn't we do something for that particular nonsense?
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
I'm even getting tired of this conversation. Just stay silent and just watch.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine.
Well, get used to it.
I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
You do know that summoning a fucking tsunami is probably not just going to, well, slow Eothas down. If actually, might not even slow him down. That's going to do massive amounts of damage. Why am I even talking about the poor mortals who have to suffer the consequences of your fucking short-sightedness?
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges.
Yo, you,
She
Magran,
settles her
yay.
characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash.
Ever since one of my companions found out that you're quite a bit of a bitch, I'm not too pleased with you either. I have a lot of points against the gods at this point in time, actually.
Mogren returns.
Yeah, great. The long list of people I don't want to meet. Let me see, who else would be? Oh yeah, Wodika. How about we summon Wodika too, so we have the whole fucking collection of assholes I do not wish to see in this lifetime or the next.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks.
Yes, obviously.
I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him.
Indeed. But it will be more than enough to stop your average little person from doing his fucking life thing.
But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
You do know that thousands of kids will die.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
And you wonder why I hate you. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to give up at this point. Just say nothing. I'm not even going to bother with this.
Shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on. A moan without end.
Yay, winter has arrived to fuck us over.
Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid night stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time.
Well, at the very least, you know, he managed to get rid of a few of the assholes.
Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could he possibly gain by destroying Eora? I mean, that's a very good question.
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean.
Does he now?
Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel.
The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The
Interesting.
Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Magrin tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
Finally, the first good message we got in, like, you know.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
You do know that it's not like I have a fucking
To live
choice.
is a choice, and you yet draw breath. Drink deep of the air, Watcher. We have work yet to do.
Yes. Listen up, bitch. How about you come down here, get yourself a mortal body, and I beat you half to death. And then we're gonna talk about how nice it is to just have the ability to draw fucking breath. Eh? How about that? I'm just gonna point out, eh? Big an offer here. Makes it easier to understand, potentially.
The warmth of the pallid night's breath blows soft on the back of your neck.
And for all the powerful, I'm fucking unbelievably strong, and I can quite literally now bend the earth to my will. All they're doing is sitting in the in-between and bitching and moaning.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles.
At least I'm gonna reawaken again.
You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom.
Still better.
Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking.
Nice.
The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Yeah, and I'm lying on the floor. That seems not so good. Ugh, the gods. Jesus fucking Christ, the gods. Ugh, the gods. Oh, fucking annoying. Ah. I don't want to deal with this nonsense.
Leave it to me. How may I be of service, my lady?
Can't deal with not much.
Watcher, tell me what's on your mind.
Many recent nightmares.
They're there in my head when I sleep.
That's how nightmares work.
Sometimes, sure thing.
Let's see, anything else? Anything to say?
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
The tendency does kinda, you know, show itself sometimes.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
Well, I'm actually worried about what that will lead to.
As am I.
So, what is this really about, Elf? Come on.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding.
Ooh, finally truth time.
I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge.
Yeah, like, you know, half a game ago, basically.
As you may have guessed, I was observing them. Gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region.
What for?
Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
What happened then?
That's where it gets complicated. After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Ooh, go on.
It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
It is indeed, but then again, considering just how much drive the man leading the Leaden Key had, it's not even surprising, actually. Also, his, you know, rather mind-bending ability to be reborn with all of his memories intact. It's a bit of a cheaty move.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works. I found references to an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
Very well. How do we find them?
There's the challenge.
Yeah, kinda figured.
Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
I don't want to promise the impossible, but We'll try our bestest.
That's all I ask.
For signs of the painted mask. Yeah, you have anything else to say?
Look who it is.
Yeah, it is I.
Lash Esegan Kikiwa.
Yes, Lash Esegan Kikiwa to you too. Kiki won my ass. Okay, on we go on a journey. Maybe we might actually at some point be able to finish this turn. Hopes and dreams I know, but you need something, you know, to sustain yourself. These evil, dark hours. And where, oh where... A massive mountains like beast the city of Hunger Tribe. Okay, read it. Queen Onekasa's missive. Captain, it will be my honor to host the savior of Shongur at the Karanga Palace. Negatata is a steel for Huana and outsiders alike. There's no shortage of work for Kif who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop Serpent's Ground could be your second home. Think on it. Sounds like a pain. Imagine getting home from shopping, bags dangling from both of your arms, and you have to climb all the steps up to the top of the city every single time. Sounds like a royal pain if you ask me. Not really like something I would like to do. Many a challenging area. Many skulls to be seen. Beatable, yes, but you know, why go for the challenge when you come back later? Well equipped, well prepared, and well leveled. Yeah. 3 skulls and the red. Yeah, that's not so good. Also, we still have injured crew members. How much longer are you actually? 1 day. I have many good books at this point. Interestingly enough. It's a Gillian though. Yeah, let's not fade the Gillian. We just don't have the cannons. I mean, the Junks, I think, have like 4 cannons on one side. I'm pretty sure the Gillians will not have any less, considering that they are specifically combat vessels. Sounds like it wouldn't be too much of a wise decision to attack anything that has like double your cannons. Only 1 more injured person. How much longer are you going to be injured though? Shit, my cannoneer is going to be injured for 7 days. Doesn't really seem like we have any good replacement for him. I mean, the good thing is we don't really intend to fight. Quote unquote. And 3 skulls, yeah, no. Not suicidal just yet, thank you, game. Well, knock at the door. An unexpected cold wind blows across the deck of the ship, and even after several hours, has not abated. We don't have to go into spare. Ondra can fuck herself somewhat royally. I'm not gonna give her coins. Do you know how hard it is to get my hands on coins? I ain't gonna give those to fucking Ondra. No then. Taking over the stuff. Mail, nice. It is really about time that we get into saving up for a nice big ship. A Gillian would be somewhat pleasant to have, I suppose. At some near point, because, well, it's still somewhat out there, but we're working on it. Slowly and deliberately, that is. At some point. At some point we will get there. Alright, almost finish our back turn. Then it is back to Nekotroka. Great city. And I wasn't expecting to do something that is somewhat related to our main quest, honestly. But you know, When it happens to bite me in the ass, I can't very well say, okay, let's ignore that. Mostly because that would be one very liberal interpretation of a, you know, pain in the ass. Millhouse serves as a stopping ground for travelers and traders. How would a traveler or trader even come to the idea to come out here? I'm not good at that hole. Get rid of it though. I'm pretty sure we can explore the rest via ship. So we're sailing to here, and then we're gonna go to here, and then we're gonna be done with it. I'm still kind of looking for that one bounty I was supposed to be getting, but I've yet to see any hide or hair of that particular nonsense. I guess that's how Subtips goes with bounty hunting. You can't always be successful now, can you? Ah, well. Guess we are actually bleeding morale somewhat fiercely at this point. 62 out of 100 is not really that good. Okay, I've done this, so then let's some slavers in the Dao, we can potentially take those. Mostly because they're just sitting there like little idiots and not doing anything. But yeah, if we wanted the last bit of the Luminous Ardor that we need for that one quest, we would have to attack a another one of the Valiant Trade Company. Jesus, that is a good captain. I mean, he's not as good as me, mind you, because look at that. But he does have 4 stars, and he has the advantage when it comes to health. Ship. A bit of a dangerous move here. Let's try this then again. Into combat. First things, we are 600 meters away, that is too much. Closing the distance. Returning. Closing distance a bit more because I want to go under 500 meters. Turn to port. And now we're gonna fire with nice 70% chance. Let's see. 5 damage, that's the beginning. They fire 2, they have 3 guns, that is not good. Yo, those guns hurt like a bitch. Oh boy, that's gonna be an interesting one. I can tell you that much. You can do nice amounts of damage, and if you're getting somewhat lucky, that could end up well. PV again. Hold the position. They're firing. Well, 1 hit. That's not good. You know, my little friends, this would actually be the point where you should try to actually, you know, hit good. And nah, the chances are too good. We actually need to hold a bit. Okay, that's the sort of damage I like to see. Nah, it's still too low. I'd like to save myself the trouble of doing that, but if I don't wait a bit. Oh, for fuck's sake. 2 misses. 8 fair. The problem is we could be dead. I try to run away now. Will this actually work? Okay, let's actually try this. Now, sometimes running away is a valid option. I have no sails and I have 1 health. Okay. Well, damn it. We died somewhat horribly, didn't we? Maybe it was a bit presumptuous of me to assume we can win this. Maybe. Then again, we also were somewhat, you know, unlucky there. This happened to the best of us. You're telling me I need to do this again? Have I missed anything? Okay, it was a bit before this. Okay, so we don't really lose much. Actually, let's just finish this turn and then immediately set back to Nick Draka. Not like we really miss out much, and can do the second turn, you know, another time. Yeah, no, those are junks. I'm not going to even. I'm not even going to bother with that. Really need a bigger ship. I really need more cannons. Which means, consequently, I need an S-load more money. Sadly, it has been proven time and time again that money does not necessarily grow on trees. Just yet. It's so tempting. It really is tempting. But this time I at least saved. Smart. Smart move. Turn to board, because we're already in range. Hold the position. Fire the cannons with a nice 90% plus chance of hitting. Nice 14 hits. Hold position. Fire. Starboard this time. Did you really just destroy their fucking sails? Exclusively, basically. Hold position. Hold position. Pretty much the enemy's just, you know, making it easy on themselves because they're not really needing to do much. You know, it's nice that you destroy their fucking sails all the time. But you know, I would very much enjoy it if you could maybe potentially actually hit them. Okay, that was with 9 damage to the hull, but that's still too little. That's a lot better. Also because my enemies are apparently somewhat willing to do some nonsense. That's too little. Hold the position. Nice and easy. Fire the starboard cannons. Yeah. Ouch. Those 3 cannons do hurt when they get the chance to hit me with it. They do. Gonna be a bit of a race. Nine damage. They are flooding. That is good. Well, we have a damaged hull, which is, to be fair, not good at all. Hold the position. Hold the position. Fire my cannons. Nice. Ouch. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so badly. Fire. Again. Ooh, destruction. Okay, share the coins of the crew. Take all we can, and... well, see? We won. Nah, that's a galleon. I'm not gonna fight a fucking galleon. Not that much of an idiot. I'm great at many things, but I know my limits. And then, Nick Tucker awaits. Ah, Jesus Christ, that was a bit of a adventure. Boom. Now we need to... well, we need some time. We need repairs, we have injured crew members, we have a lot of shit going on. Actually, at this point we have 3 whole injured crew members. And then your job is navigation. But he shouldn't be injured. He's injured for another 7 days. Well, that's great. And a knock at the door. Are you going to tell me to summon? Yeah. Sorry, no coin. Fuck. Fuck Ondra. I mean, it's probably going to take us longer than 7 days or what have you to actually finish what we have to do in Nagadagger. So I don't think I need to be overly worried about it. Supply. I should give myself a new thing, a new sets of cannon at some point. Yeah, a few good ones, I'm assuming. Also, we could get stuff like the warship reinforcements, which would give me more hull health. I need to think about that for a while, though. Combat speed and travel speed. Yeah, it's kind of cute. There's also more travel speed. There's many good things here that you can invest in, though. As you can see, the pricing also gets nice. It is upgrades the cabins of the captain to be more luxurious and penetrated to house all the extra pets. For the moment, straight like this, and yeah. I think this was a nice little adventure so far. It is, however, excusable, getting rather late. As such, I will have to beat you at you for the moment, that is. Thanks for dropping by, of course, that is highly appreciated, as usually. As for easily nameable ones, we have been visited by the good old Aussie Games. Haven't seen him in a while, so that was a rather pleasant surprise. Very much thank you for dropping by. As for the more lurker-minded people, just like myself, do feel appreciated. Pat yourself on the back. Remember that you have done well. You served the purpose well of this particular exercise. Or some other such very important sounding nonsense. As you know. Yeah, have a good one, and I shall be back tomorrow, as this is customary on Saturday, of course. Evening will be spent with some more Grandia too, and if I do manage it, and I do have some hope, reasonable hope in this particular case, that I might be able to do another stream around the midday. It's however not a promise yet. It really kind of depends on the time of the year when I have to deal with all of the text nonsense. Usually tends to put me a bit under strain time-wise. Not that uncommon, mind you, but annoying nonetheless. But yeah, at the latest you will see me again in the evening. Probably on time this time, because, well, I should be home quite well before we start, I hope. At least an hour, which is, in my terms, a lot of time. But yeah, thanks once again, and see you soon. Bye.